Too long, bruv.
I swear, this motherfucker claims that he loses weight the same way DJ Khaled does.
Too long,
like, this
bruv.
nigga just gets fatter every year.
Too long, bruv.
Like, I don't understand. Peace out.
My finger points and you have a good dream. Love you too. I know you miss me.
Bye, Lila.
No, but I started with my sister is trying to get back into the gym. She's a super gym rat, but for whatever reason she stopped in the past couple months because she's been trying to.
She got banned 3 years ago.
What? She got banned? Why would she get banned?
I don't know. She said she's trying to get back into the gym. Like, she got kicked out.
Right? She's been trying to have a baby with
the gym?
No, with my brother-in-law. So I guess like she had to change her food, the way she ate because I don't know. She's like super like technical when it comes to things. So she goes to the doctor. They're recommending what she should eat, medication she should take to help her. Mine is the kiwi strawberry. Can you pass me on that? Huh? I got you both lemon.
Can't have it.
You can't have lemon, nigga?
Not the one you gave me.
Wow, you suck, dude.
You can't have those?
No.
Why?
It's literally only like
this is just a can of sugar for him.
Yeah, man.
It's
Can you have the kiwi strawberry?
No, that's even worse.
It's worse.
Oh my god, nigga.
I can have the juice. I just prefer not to have the sugary juice.
He fucking gets at him. He's like, bro, you should have came in. I had cupcakes to give you. I'm like, why? I can't have them.
I know you can't have them. For your family.
You could have given them to your family. I'm like, you don't fucking eat that.
I'm not making shit for you. I'm making shit for your family. Because Jesus,
now
they got to deal with.
Now all of a sudden he was
family.
making shit for my family. All of a sudden, I like how convenience is such a huge factor in his arguments.
Why would I specifically know?
Welcome to the Parental Advisory Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
He has issues with lactose.
I am that Chico J Serve. You can find me at jserve954 on all social media.
Crazy? That sounds like
J-Serve,
shit. Sounds like bubbly shit. Like Pikachu just shitting on that fucking rag like a motherfucker.
I mean, I farted.
That fat faggot in the background is Ello Soul talking shit for no reason because he's a little piece of shit that just sits there and just gets mad and can't have the last word.
All right, bro, ready?
So you can find me at jserve954 on all social media and jserve TV on YouTube. Don't do that.
It's been nothing but us yelling into
you cut
the
this
mic.
intro. You cut this intro out. You cut this intro out. I quit the podcast.
Are you kidding me?
Stop it.
You think I'm playing?
Hold on.
Try me.
Chill out.
I am so in the I don't give a fuck mood today.
There was a lot of verbal diarrhea. Welcome to the
podcast. Wait. No,
I just wanted that part.
We can't do that. No. Welcome to the podcast.
See, look. It's not the fact that we got through. It's the fact that he's not the one that did it. That's what it is.
I let him.
That's
do
what it is.
I just
That's what it is.
Ready?
See,
Do it with
look how he's saying it now. Look how he's saying it now.
3, go. Oh my god.
See, look, he can't say it. He can't say it. He can't do it. He can't fucking do it.
I was waiting for you to do it. I literally pointed at him. I'm like, ready?
He has to have the last word.
Ready?
He has to have the last word.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, welcome to the Parental Advisory Podcast, guys. All right.
See? You see what I'm saying?
It was so hard.
You guys
Ready?
not allowed to do anything.
2,
you got to put a buffet in front of him just
go.
to get him excited about
I'm just gonna watch Voltron here.
The server's gonna do it again. Ready?
This is
1,
the
2,
Serve
3.
and Wilmo only with a fat faggot in the background podcast. Each week we tell the fat faggot to shut the fuck up.
He's in such a testy mood. You can tell. You can fucking tell.
He's so testy, man.
All right, so no, but a true question. This is a real honest question, sir. So
I'm trying to see how good these headphones are. Shut the fuck up.
Have you never slept in a house without AC? Is that the problem? No, I'm honestly asking because a person who's never slept in it and a person who has is two completely different things. When I had to go through it with my father, that shit was brutal. But after the first fucking week, I got through it, and now I can. That's like a fucking special skill. It's like an ability now. No matter whenever there's a hurricane and the power goes out, I'm good. I've dealt with the hotness from a.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like trying to take a building off.
These are pretty good headsets.
Really?
They're good, right? They're really good. But is that it?
I've never had to worry about a hurricane taking me.
You should try this. You should actually try this.
Well, no, because I specifically went through that.
I have the density of a dying sun.
Dang, that's a good one. But no, actually, no. Lila went through that this past hurricane. When the
she got lifted by the hurricane?
No, when the power went out, it was hot as fuck. But I was cool with it because I've gone through it with my father.
Look,
but for somebody who hasn't gone through it, it's brutal, man.
Y'all don't know what that feels like, okay? 8 people in the house, summertime, no AC for 2 weeks.
Well, what are you talking about? 8 people in the house? Lila goes through that every day. What are you talking about?
He has to roll out the hits. Rolling stones.
Yeah, but I basically already had a person the size of Ello already in the house. So, like, I guess that's 16 people.
Wow, you're going to do that. It's a family affair now.
Hey, man, I was like 4 people there, man.
But yeah, but no,
shit.
sir, I know.
Like,
come on, man. You're from Ecuador. You've dealt with that at least once.
Yeah, but that's not what I fucking pay a bunch of fucking money every month.
No, that
for.
I understand.
That's why I'm mad.
I get that.
Yeah.
That reason.
Yeah,
but you're not mad at the fact that you're having to.
Yeah, that's why I'm mad at the fact that I have to fucking do that. Because I work my ass off so I can pay, so I can live in a decent place, so that they can come tell me that the shit's broken. Really? They can go fuck themselves.
I'm in like sin, niggas.
Keep going, sir.
See, that's the fucking difference between y'all niggas. Y'all just accept the shit that you're. I'm like, no, fuckface.
No, I mean,
I pay a goddamn boatload of cash. The 3 of us do. Every fucking month. What the fuck am
I going to do? It's
the
a
last,
hurricane. What
the
am I going to yell
last
at
thing
the
I'm going to fucking do is sit here and just accept the fact that, oh, well, I guess it's not working. I guess I'll just wait and see. No, bitch. You're going to come here and you're going to fix it. Period. And I'm not paying for it because I'm not coming up and fixing your fucking mistakes.
I couldn't do that in the middle of a hurricane.
I'm not talking about a fucking hurricane. I'm talking about now. What the fuck are you coming back to a hurricane for?
I'm talking about my experiences.
Your experience?
Yeah, that was actually still on topic. You're just very pissy.
Yeah, that's why I was.
Yeah, I am. I am
like,
because
calm down.
Because it's like the fifth big issue we've had with the house.
Calm down. It's not that much of a big issue. You're just being a pissy bitch.
Whoa, hold on. Fifth big issue. You guys just fucking moved in there.
It's honestly, I feel like I'm the only minority. I feel like I'm the only minority, even though, like, you know, he's Spanish. I feel like I'm more Spanish than him.
Serve.
Why? Because
this is the thing. No, serve.
Like,
serve
that
likes...
makes no sense whatsoever.
No. Okay.
Oh my god, the AC has been broken for days.
But you know why that? You know why he's like that? I'll tell you why he's like that. Because he's accustomed to the lifestyle he's gotten in America. So he doesn't want to, and
I've worked hard to achieve this.
He's far more than I am when it comes to Spanish.
Did you hear that?
No, what did he say?
He said work hard.
Yeah. Yeah,
what does that?
I work my ass off to live at the level that I do.
That makes sense. No, but I'm saying he's gone through the tribulations of a true Spanish man because he's lived in South America where it's like at its worst. You know, you third world country. You know what I mean? I've never gone through that. I went there for fucking vacation and it was fucking horrible with the fucking
Poppy.
Yeah, I just visited. Look, that nigga lived there.
Look, nigga, he lived there, but he was under his parents' roof. He was under his parents' roof. He wasn't solo.
We didn't have AC.
Solo. That's hard. I know what it's like to have no AC. I'm on the same boat as you.
No, but I get where Surf's coming from because he's accustomed to what he wants. He's paying for what he wants, but he's not getting what he wants.
That's cool. I was just saying that shit because he made it seem like you're a fucking warrior or some shit that's went through hell. It's just like, oh, he lived out there in the battlefield, my niggas.
I'm hyping that shit up good. There was a time where there was a short man.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, you're actually very Caucasian nowadays.
Yeah, I'm an American citizen. I expect certain things if I'm paying money for them.
Mira, expect.
Yeah.
That's a very American word right there.
Yeah, very American. You goddamn right.
Entitlement.
Privilege.
So I'm gonna go tell that whole contingency in Lil Rio in the fucking office over there that they better go fix my shit.
It's not the office. I've already gone through this whole situation. It's not the office. You have to go to the person. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Regardless of the fact, they're gonna hear it from.
That's the same thing for me.
So what's the big issue though? Like what's there has to be somebody dropping the ball though.
From the looks of it, it looks like they don't do maintenance.
I could tell that.
Building maintenance. They do.
Do they outsource it?
They do physical. What do you call it? Aesthetic maintenance. So the lawns get kept. The buildings are painted regularly. The trees are trimmed.
They don't have somebody on
site. It looks nice.
Come on,
it looks nice. They don't have a handyman.
Be real. They do maintenance. They do maintenance when it breaks. They do maintenance when it breaks.
It looks nice.
I'm not gonna lie. As much as I complain about this place, whenever I have an issue, they're here in 15 minutes. The guy that actually lives across from me, he lives over there.
You know why? Because they probably get paid. There's only 2 niggas in our complex that are security, and there's probably 3 people in the office, the most 8 people, and I only hear them talk bullshit. It never sounds like they're actually fixing shit around the place.
The guy told me he gets paid when it's a emergency late night. every hour that he's out there, it's $20.
Well, yeah, it's a security job, bro. Well, at a certain point, it becomes like a security job.
Yeah, when I had him. The AC stopped working. And that's how I found out about the ice issue that I have here in my apartment. I know how to fix it now on my own. I don't have it too severe. Because the pipe that's right outside here, right behind where I am, if that freezes up, there's actually a coolant next to it, so it would only freeze up to a certain point, and it will dissolve within an hour. And I've only had that issue twice. I've recently had it. A little bit of butt in there, so I recently had it last month, where it just froze over. I have the Pokeball right here if you guys want to.
You're a Pokeball.
I feel like one sometimes.
No comment.
He's not gonna touch that one. It's too easy for him. But so you don't have any. You don't have a handyman or on-site person to go. So that they outsource their handyman. Oh, that's fucking terrible.
Of course, they outsource it. It seems that they're like for every couple buildings, or even like to.
So what do they do if it's an emergency?
Nothing. They don't have an emergency.
No, they have an emergency line, but I don't know. We've never had to use it.
No. What he means is when it comes to an emergency within the actual like rooms itself or something like that, they don't have an emergency line. They don't really have anybody.
Yeah, they do on the bottom of the paper.
An emergency, if your refrigerator breaks, that's an emergency because you have food in there.
Yeah, they have some.
So they have to be here within the hour.
You call them. They give you a separate number for that one, but we've never had to use that.
Yeah,
one.
There's no one actually doing what they got to do like that there though.
Man, that sucks, guys.
Because you sucked.
That was so unnecessary.
Was it?
Kind of.
How?
What do I have to do with the situation?
I wanted juice.
Is my fatness stopping them?
I wanted juice. Now I have no juice.
You got the juice. The juice is loose.
My niggas. You know how considerate a person I am? You know, I make sure I can satisfy the person's needs, but I asked for some juice. And
it's
I'm
not
diabetic.
my fault that you guys are allergic to 99% of everything.
You had your time to talk.
And clearly you're not.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Wait, look how big I am. I'm 99%. I can eat everything.
I'm diabetic. I just wanted some juice. He could have just gotten me water.
You know how
such
fucked
trouble.
up God is for the fact that Wilmo, as skinny as he is, and I know he's actually lost a lot of weight from pictures he showed me. He's diabetic, and as fat as I am, I'm nowhere near diabetic.
You know what? The fucked up part was I was nowhere near diabetic, bro. Like I was healthy as fuck.
You lost weight and you became.
I
diabetic?
Started losing.
We'll be sure to mention that at your funeral when we're giving you the eulogy.
When I die from a heart attack,
dude. Carlos was there too. He was just like, "Wait, you were losing weight, and you're telling me you're in a hospital because you got diabetes?" That's literally his words when he found out I got diabetes. I lost 20 pounds, and then boom.
Maybe it's because of so much the sudden weight loss.
I think it was everything because I think it was the stress, school.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was playing basketball and how we had to when we went from summer to fall, we had to drop our weight. We felt like shit, man.
Can I just have a little bit?
Did it hurt every time you had to hit the ground when they were dribbling you?
Man, nigga, this ain't Space Jam.
I like that's to be honest the one thing that has been driving me as of late, and I kid you not, it's the most petty thing, but one of the reasons why I want to lose weight so badly as of late is because I want to get back to my form so I can serve how much of a fucking badass I was in basketball.
Come on, it doesn't matter, bro.
To me, it does. It's not the fact that if I can get Dwayne, even Ivan, to tell him all the crazy shit that I've done on the basketball court, because I actually want to do them and him witness them.
Oh, okay. That's nice. That's a thing.
I think we'll have a gay atheist president by the time that happens. Personally speaking,
give me until the end of the year. I am going to be.
Yeah, I'll give him to the end of the year. This motherfucker's going to double in weight.
No.
This thing is going to somehow going to get fatter. Like you're gonna come out with some new shit. You're gonna be patient zero for new fat.
You got to be careful when it comes to the fat jokes, and once it gets to the point where I am starting to lose weight, because then people are gonna think you're hating,
right?
Because now it's funny because I'm fat as fuck. It's funny now,
Uh-huh.
but it's gonna get to a point where once I'm losing enough weight then people are like, man, Surf is really bagging.
How
on
about
him.
we worry about that bridge when we get to it?
Oh, we're gonna get there.
Okay.
We're gonna
so
get
until
there.
then,
We're gonna get there.
Until then, that bridge is going to be all the way
We're
out in
gonna
San
get
Francisco. We're still
You know, the thing is,
we're still in Connecticut.
It took 2
So-
years for Surf's fat jokes to start really fucking with me as of late. To the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna shut this motherfucker
Yeah.
out.
It was my fat jokes, not the fact that he can't fit into like a third of his closet. That's what got him. the
That's America
motivation.
for you.
Exactly.
Entitlement.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I helped you out, buddy. That's what I do. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Motivate and congratulate.
I'm
I
sorry you
love
guys
you,
have
buddy.
to sit there and listen to these.
I love you,
bitches
buddy. You and your wittiness.
every day. I'm so sorry, guys.
Speaking of wittiness, so we're driving by one day, me and Wilmo, and there's this couple walking just on the side of in the complex there, just on the side of the street, and we drive by and
Where were you guys?
at home, and we're driving out, and he's like, oh, she's like, oh, she's kind of cute. She's like, oh, and Shorty's got a body. And I just look over to him, and I'm just like, in that she possesses one. Right?
Wait, hold on. He says,
Oh, she's like, oh, Shorty's got a body.
oh, I get it. I had
I'm
to
just-
think about it.
And I'm just like, and I just look at her, and I just look over at him, and I just go, in that like,
Was she not that good looking?
I didn't think so.
You didn't think? Oh, that's why you said it.
And I'm like, in that she possesses
some
one.
people think
See,
that.
I honestly can't ever think that he actually has a good opinion on the females we pass because he has the worst vision. So I don't think he really sees them how I see them.
No, you couldn't have missed her.
You know what I like about Surf? When he does shoot his shot, it's always a chick way above his leg.
Yeah, always.
Like the girl, like when we were doing this man. Let me tell you the story of when he asked. I think she was the bartender at one of our shows, and it was so classic because he waited until we got off stage. All the serving soap, bro, life, and all this shit. And he's like, "Hey, I was just on stage. Can I get your number?"
I did not.
He didn't say it like that, but it looked like that to all of us.
Jesus Christ.
It looked like that to all of us. He's like, and but we're all like.
Meanwhile, cut to me in that conversation. I just go, so is it 6 wings or 8 wings that comes with the special?
Oh, by the way,
Oh,
can I
it's
get your
6. Oh, okay, cool. That's great. Yeah, mild, please. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, with fries. That'll be. Meanwhile, these two fuckers. Oh, look at him. He's over there. Da da da. And this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, nah. Man.
You didn't get her number?
That ain't.
You did get her number though.
No.
Yeah, you were about to go on a date with that girl.
Oh, you're talking about.
Which one do you think I'm talking about?
I thought you were talking about the homegirl from O'Malley's. You're talking about homegirl from Amsterdam bar.
No. Wait, homegirl from O'Malley's. Oh no.
Oh, that was a
Not
different
that
situation.
One. Not that one.
There was. I'm not gonna lie. The one time I ever felt like a legit like
Boss.
artist, like a famous guy. Like
Oh, we
the
killed
one
that
time,
night.
just the one time, we did a performance at O'Malley's, and my only verse that I had for that entire set was my one for, I think it was either Hot 97 or I forget the other track.
No, we did the Watcher. At that point, it was called Stargazer.
No. I'm not talking about Amsterdam. I'm talking about O'Malley's. Then we, what do you call it? We get off. We perform. I'm the only one that I performed that only. That's my only little bit to the entire set. I get off. As I'm getting off, this like drop dead, smoking hot chick comes up to me, tall. She's like your height, Wilmo.
Can you get me a fresca?
And
That's what
she
said to him.
she goes, she like, I can see her like trying to sift through with her finger, and she goes, you
Arfac.
and I'm just like, I'm looking around, I'm like, me? Because I'm the little dude, you know what I'm saying? You've seen me on stage in comparison to everybody else on there. So I'm thinking that she's pointing at somebody behind me. And she's like, no, you. I'm like, me? She's like, yeah, come here. I'm like, okay. So in my head, of course, my devious side is just going like, all right, I'm in there. But
I'm in there like swimwear, bro.
So I walk up to her. She's like, oh my God, you guys are so great. What's your name? Da da da. And long story short, it was just, she just wanted to take a picture. and that's it. And she was like, "You guys are really good. What's your name?" and all that type of stuff. But like, I like made a fan, and it just happened to be this woman that was just way out of my league. You know, I'm sitting there, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And then of course I come back to the table and everybody's just like, so when's the date? You know, like, you know, is it going to be a spring wedding, a fall wedding? That was the biggest thing
in the group would serve. Every time we got close to a woman, we're like, and
they're all just sitting there like, is he? Nah.
Cut to somebody in the back, pussy.
Yeah. And
he didn't get that pussy.
The only time I've ever like that was the only time that I was just like, oh, okay, I guess that's what rappers go through on a daily basis. Yeah, like famous rappers and shit go through. I was just like, oh, okay, that was a nice little fan moment, you know, to have. But yeah, that he was just laughing for like a solid 10 minutes after I said that, because he was just, Wilmo, because I was just like, we were talking about going back to Homegirl. You know, he was just like, Shorty's got a body. And I'm just like, yeah.
She has a body. Yes,
I'm sure she has a lot. Like, I'm sure she has a lot of inner beauty. Yeah. Let me get the box.
I'm sure her mother thinks she's beautiful.
She's got a wonderful personality. Oh, she's
so
fat.
let me cue you to, since that if that serves.
I got Wilmo. That one got Wilmo.
No, that's not what got me. Bro. That's not what got me.
What got you?
That's funny. What?
Wait for it. That's how I feel about you. Oh shit!
I slipped on the fucking thing.
See what happened was I was watching a video of compilations of soccer players being disappointed in their other players, and I'm very disappointed in serve. And then what happened was Ello's fat ass foot just hit everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, since we're going down the avenue of women. Hold on. Shut the fuck up. No. I got a good one. I'm not going to lose it. No one wants to hear what the fuck you. Listen. The only time nobody wants to hear about that time you masturbated at Denny's. All right.
Because Serve did the stupidest thing I think I ever saw him do, and he tried to literally do Token with no music.
What?
At a fucking party that no one gave a shit about that we were.
Oh there. Yeah. That was just poorly planned.
Serve literally looked at me.
I was trying to help out.
Serve literally looked at me and says, "Ello, we'll do it a cappella." And I'm like, "What the fuck did he just say?" And he just starts going. Mind you, there's people outside and they're just mingling, talking, and then Serve gets up and he's like, "Hey, everybody," in the lowest voice that he could probably do at that point. That everybody could somewhat hear him, but not understand what the fuck he's saying, nor give a shit. And he's like, "Hey, everybody, I'm Jay
hold on.
Serve.
How does that have to do with anything that we're talking? Because
if that's your best feeling, this is my worst feeling."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. The Colombian, that's exactly how I felt in the World Cup. That's how I felt. I felt exactly like that too. Definitely, that was my reaction. So Serve gets...
Or me with Ello at an IHOP.
All those reactions sum up what I was...
fifth stack of pancakes.
So Serve gets up. He starts saying, "Hey, everybody, I'm Jay Serve. This is Ello. So we're going to perform Token. No one's paying attention to us." And then Serve just... First, they start playing the music, and then the music just, like, cut out.
Yeah.
At one point.
Oh, that was such a bad bad gig.
I was just like, what the fuck?
Oh, and then remember as we're walking out, what happened?
Hold on, I'm getting to that. I'm going to get to that. Because that was actually
obviously, the real show was outside.
Yeah.
So it was a shit show in. They didn't have the proper equipment.
I got to finish.
No, because you're going to fucking... You're just dragging it out.
Because, no.
He's heard this one already.
No. He's never heard it from me.
Yeah, that's for a reason, Ello.
So Serve starts doing this... He starts, for whatever reason, he just goes... And I don't know if you even know if you saw what you were doing, sir. But you do this. So, and he starts doing... And he's clapping. And I don't know if it's because he's just trying to get people to, like, notice him. But he only gets, like, 4 lines into it. And then he's like, you know what? Like, have you ever seen someone just utterly go...
What the fuck are you doing?
Who's he doing? Have you ever seen somebody utterly go, fuck it? Like, in their face, in their... in their body, they just go, fuck it.
Yeah, they just say fuck
That was served. Sir, 4 lines in, he just looks at everybody, and people are looking at him at this point. They're actually looking at him because they're trying to wonder, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Who the fuck is this dude?
They can't hear him because there's still music.
He's a short, pudgy, bearded dude.
There's still music playing in the background. They're playing some... Faintly. So they can't hear him because there's music, there's people talking, and then Serv's not really rapping loudly. So you just hear, smoking, token. It's like... You're like, what the fuck? And I'm back. I'm behind him, and I'm just looking with my, like this, like, Call of the Haunting for real.
No, you activated my chat card.
So,
but yeah, so
the real show.
We exited out of there.
Fast forward through that shit show. So then we're like literally like 10 minutes after that. All that happened.
Before that, 2 guys started fighting into a miniature pool.
We're all just like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Were you there, Wilmo?
No.
Who was there?
I was at the other shit show.
What's his name was there? Mikkel was there.
I was at the other shit show.
There was so much shit that went down. 2 people fought. One guy knocked another guy into some fucking door. The 2 guys fighting over the beer was the funniest thing.
You told me about this.
Sir, did you saw that? You were there, right? I don't think you were there in that middle. You went somewhere else. I'm asking you legit because I don't remember if you were at that point there with me because I was talking to that other long-haired kid that worked at your job.
Ugh.
What was his name?
I don't know.
I don't remember his name.
Faggot. I don't know.
I didn't know that Serv did like this kid. I thought he was actually Serv's good friend.
Serv doesn't really like a lot of people. I'm very surprised that he likes me. I feel.
I'm surprised he likes me.
He likes me is because
I know he doesn't like me.
Something else we have in common.
I know he doesn't like me, but he likes hanging around me, which is a weird thing to say.
No, it's true. You know, he's like a weird hermit thing.
Serv is a what is it? What is the thing when you like to hurt yourself? Like to hurt a masochist? He likes the fact that he has to deal with shit, but then he does it anyway.
I could see
What?
that.
I don't know.
What did you just say?
He likes. He doesn't
He
like.
has no idea what he just said.
No, I have no idea. But that sums up what Serv is. That sums up what Serv is.
That basic. He's basically. You just were basically the internet right now. That's what you were right now. You were just the internet right now. Just said a whole lot of shit and nothing at the same time.
Sir's favorite part of the night. Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead. I don't know what the fuck these guys are talking about.
So
What?
shit show happens. Yeah. We're finally. I just go to Ello. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this, bro. We're out of here.
Right after it happened, we just left.
We're out of here. Like literally 5 minutes after that shit happened.
Did you just fart?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
We said bye to Mikkel. I think I got a beer, and then we got into Surf's car, and we just
as we walk out the front door. Okay, pop the.
Oh, it's not working. I gotta grab another one over there.
So go grab one.
Go.
Damn.
I'll grab one in a minute.
Y'all should get the Glade red honeysuckle nectar because that shit
It's really
smells
good, right?
delicious.
I got it. Yeah, thank you. Picked it up.
He ate the last 2 bottles.
What? Oh, I had to fought. Anyway, so yeah, we get out there.
Walking out. So as we're walking out, okay, literally, the scene is this: front door opens to the outside. We walk out. Front street, there is 2 gentlemen holding another female, a young female, by her arms.
She fucked up.
Okay, and she's yelling at the top of their lungs. She's yelling at the top of their lungs. I know what you did to me, you motherfucker.
Oh.
You fucking rapist.
Oh God, no.
And we
stopped.
We stopped for like cold, dead in our tracks.
But this is
like
no. Serv's not playing it out right.
Hold on, and so we're walking out.
No,
and
we passed them. We passed them.
Can you let me fucking finish?
Because you suck at it.
All right,
we passed them.
Okay, great. The greatest orator of our time, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Please go right ahead.
Hold on, can I say something?
Can you put the sandwich down before you speak?
There's no sandwich.
Can I say
All right.
something? Can I say something?
Can you put the 8-piece KFC meal down?
Hey, can I finally say something?
What's up?
You fucking prick. Anyways, how long are you guys gonna drag this out for?
I don't know. He won't
Get to
let
the
me.
point.
He won't
Get
let
to
me
the point.
fucking talk.
Get to the
Because he
point.
doesn't get to it.
Go.
That's the longest story time.
We passed them, and literally that stopped us in our tracks. That moment.
So let me get
it was so outrageous.
So let me get this straight. Was she drunk looking, or was she just?
No, she wasn't drunk. From my understanding, I don't think she was drunk.
Was she just like? Was she just like?
I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of tipsy, so maybe I don't know if Serv
She was
drunk.
drunk. Now, did she say this slurring, or did she? Say
No, that's the thing, though.
She said it properly. Oh no.
Like,
Oh,
she's
no.
fucked up,
She
but
was
like
trying to fuck
Oh,
up those
no.
two guys, man.
from the tone of it, it wasn't like it wasn't an accusation that she was just throwing around that day. It's something that she'd been dealing with
Oh no.
from the sounds of it,
Oh no.
of the whole thing. So, you rapist. You raped my cousin or some shit like that.
Oh.
yeah,
it
it
was-
wasn't her.
It was something like it was something about a family member that he allegedly had done to
She was
her.
saying, "We know what you did. We know what you did."
And all this other shit. And meanwhile, and we're sitting here, I look over to Ellen and I'm just like, man, we should have been out here and the whole time, bro. This is where the show was. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what the hell? You know, but, and it was a house party, and it reminded me of the reason I fucking hate house parties.
Everything goes down.
And it's because dealing with people that don't know how to hold their liquor. I hate dealing with drunks. I absolutely hate
There was literally two
Hate
guys fighting
deal-
over beer.
dealing with drunks.
That's when I kind of had trouble in high school. My story time. Let's talk about drunk people now.
I wanted to get into women and like
This has to-
awkward encounters with women.
Well, okay.
When you're drunk?
Well, I'm also
Just
gonna,
period.
Okay, well, I'm gonna throw this out there. This kind of has to do with a couple women in there. I was
Couple women,
a couple women.
A woman?
couple
Women.
woman.
A woman?
It was just, I don't know. I always found myself coming across these gang of girls because these gang of girls will literally go into the party, drink everything, almost, and then be dumb as fuck.
Are you about to tell us a tale, a one-night tale? Of
What,
one
woo
night?
girls?
Huh?
Woo girls?
Wow. What you mean woo girls?
Woo girls.
You don't know what a woo girl is?
What's a woo girl?
How do you not know woo girls?
What's the definition of a woo girl?
Oh,
I've never-
girl that
WOO
goes,
girls.
Woo!
I've never heard of woo girls.
Basically,
Really?
it's
Never heard that phrase.
they've really, yeah. It's like they all have bachelorette party energy.
You actually meet them after high school. I've never seen a woo girl in high school.
I have.
I've met a bunch of woo
I
girls
was-
in college.
I went to Douglas. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas.
You'll
Yeah.
find a bunch of woo girls over there.
There's some woo girls in there.
Woo girl candy right there, man.
Look, I
Woo
don't-
girl candy.
I know I'm humble for what I got, kind of, but I know people are gonna be saying like, "Oh, this nigga just say he's humble. He ain't humble." No, but like for real,
I'm the most humblest motherfucker you will ever meet. All right,
Sit down.
I am
Like,
the greatest
be
at
humble.
being humble.
I'm okay. I guess I'm okay. I know I'm not like super well off, but I'm okay. I'm okay. Some of the people I went to school with
Sir, did you use all that weed?
was just too much, bro.
No.
It's too much. Even some of the dudes were woo. I guess woo guys.
Can I get it?
Sure shit.
There's woo guys? Yeah, there is woo guys.
But
Do you
We
need
call
more,
them
or you're-
faggots.
Do you need more? Or you good?
I could probably go for another one.
I'll give you some in a minute. Let me know when you're ready.
what?
But all right, so what? You basically were with a woo girl. Is that what you're telling us?
A gang of woo girls.
Oh shit.
They would just like, I would literally like be like coming in with a bottle or two because I'm that kind of dude. Like, even if it's not a BYOB, I just know then there's not gonna be any good drinks that I like.
I'm
there.
gonna hate everything that they have in there.
Yeah, just dead ass. Whatever.
You know me, man. I'm a booze snob, so it's like
I'm
Oh, you have Captain. Ugh.
I'm not even like a. I'm not even
Who,
like
me?
a booze knob.
No, just period. Just
What?
people.
What's wrong with Captain?
Fucking sucks.
Captain Morgan is a good like barbecue if you're at a basketball.
Yeah,
game.
and
don't
if
even
you're
like
if you're
Captain?
20 years old and all you have is $20 to your name,
I mean, like,
it's the
Okay,
only
okay, you
reason
gotta-
to
so, like,
fucking buy that
so,
shit.
like-
that is true.
so
That
legit,
is true.
So legit, you're
Or
like
Bacardi for that
okay,
matter.
you're at a barbecue right now. The selection you got.
If it's all that's available, that's different. But if I have a choice in the matter, I'm not choosing Captain Morgan.
Okay, let's give him a choice. You got okay. Let's give him some standards that would be there at a barbecue. We got some Patron. There might be a Black Label in there, and obviously there might be a Captain.
I'd
What
probably
kind
go
of vodka
Patron.
would be there?
Silver Patron beats fucking.
Depending
Captain
on,
any day.
Depending on the crowd of what you got. If what you got is like some whitish people.
Well, when I was
sorry
going,
guys,
to
you'll see
college, a lot of
Tito's
people who were
or
going,
Ciroc.
the white people would buy Bacardi a lot.
Bacardi's a thing.
That was the number one thing they would get.
Back then, yeah, that
Yeah.
was like a good ass fucking run. I'm gonna miss. Rest in peace, 151.
Bacardi actually, they went all over the place with the flavors, man. I actually went to recently to get some Heineken, and I just happened to see Bacardi. Bacardi has a fucking shelf of Bacardi dragon fruit, Bacardi pineapple, Bacardi fruit punch.
Oh man, back then they had like a black cherry. My nigga.
Do you like those, sir? Do you like flavored, or do you like just regular distilled?
But you don't. Do you
Vodka.
dabble in the mixed drinks?
Not really.
So you just go for straight stuff.
The most I might do is like a mojito. That's about it.
Mojitos are pretty good. I like. See, this
So
is
then
the
the only
thing.
rum you get out there is Bacardi. Duh.
But what
Well,
if
no,
it's
that's what I'm
what
saying.
if
Like
it's
I've made mojitos myself, and I'll use good rum.
Oh, you know how to make mojitos?
You know what I'm
bro?
saying?
What you talking about now, though?
You got to make mojitos next time. Is it a long process? Like,
No.
what do? You
It's just
blend.
people are lazy to do it.
Ice,
do you need a blender
mojito
or
mix,
something?
and rum. Done.
Oh my god, that's what you do? God, you're even lazier.
What do you do? What is it?
He gets the mix and then he gets ice and he throws the shit in there.
Put it in a blender. Put
it?
rum. Done. The fuck you think? You think I'm gonna make them from fucking scratch? I ain't got that.
I
kind of
would.
time.
I would because it's fucking delicious.
I like.
I did only
see,
one. I've done it once, but
I don't. Okay, I'm picky when it comes to the way I have the vodka.
oh, okay.
The vodka.
The vodka.
The vodka.
You know, I need a little bit of a splash of cranberry.
I hate it when he tries to do accents. It's like the worst
What's
thing
wrong
ever.
with my accent?
It
The
could,
fuck are you?
It's just like
What?
Exactly. Like,
why would you do that though?
like,
fuck are you?
see, he has no fucking
Anyway.
idea what he's doing.
No,
he's
but I
goofy.
like vodka with a splash of cranberry. Actually, I got that from my sister. My sister used to do that all the time, and I tried it, and I loved it. I actually use that as a substitute because I'm not gonna lie, I get super addicted to.
Nah, just lie, bro. Just lie.
I get super addicted to Coca-Cola, and I used to always have Coca-Cola with my vodka. And my sister would help me, like, listen, it's not good for you. Try just a splash of cranberry.
Fucking
And
put
see
it.
it.
What do you mean addicted to Coca-Cola? Like,
No,
Like, that's
I've
all you're
been
drinking?
really trying to. Well, yeah, back in the day, Coca-Cola was my thing, bro. Like, I like you can. If you tell me to get rid of everything, but Coke, I'd be fine because Coke is like the number one thing I like to drink. I don't know why. It's just Coca-Cola is the number one thing I like to drink. So I've actually been like, that's why like once in a while I have like, I've been super drinking a lot of water as of late. I'm trying to get off of anything soda related at all.
the DJ
And then-
Khaled weight loss plan.
and then work my way. You can't let me have any good press, can you?
You know what? Because you know what it
Because he
is.
likes to talk.
You know what it is. Because I've been hearing you say, "I'm going
But
back
I'm
to the
actually-
gym.
but I'm actually
I'm going to
trying.
get back in shape." Well,
been
listen,
going to the
and that's
gym as
great,
well.
and that's great. Listen, it really is.
You're putting
really
the
is.
whole thing on a sour note.
But I'm just, for me, it's just like it's kind of hard for me to sit there and cheer you on when statistically,
Motherfucker, you've never cheered me on. Are you
statistically
kidding me?
speaking,
You've been
you're
on the
gonna
other
be
side
done.
since the
You're gonna-
beginning.
because the way that's how I cheer you
He
on.
makes it seem, he makes it
that's
seem
how-
like there was a point in
'cause
time where he was
statistically
like,
speaking,
you
this
know,
is
I
your
really
seventh
want
start.
you to do it.
This is your 7th start of, I'm going back to the gym. He's been back to the gym like 8 times
See,
since
this is the thing.
since I've known him.
This is the problem. I go to the gym. I get those feelings some days after like a week or two of not doing anything, not eating right, and I'm like, I want to go to the gym, and then I will only do that for like that 1 or 2 days because I get that feeling for those 2 days. But I've been, with the help of my sister, I've been trying to get it where she's much better at a motivator than I am. So she's been helping me because she knows once I get in the groove, I'll be able to do it on my own. It's just ever since I got into the accident, I was at the pace where every day I would go to the gym, I'd play ball. I was active as a motherfucker. And I was doing that from high school. And then that accident happened. It's like 6 years 6 years went down the drain of hard work. And then I just reverted back to when I was in middle school of just eating and not working out. Just barely staying in the weight that I was in. Go to work out with my dad, he would force me, and then I would eat right, and then a couple months later, I'd gain the weight back. But I would always be in this like line of 280.
Me too. My weight fluctuates severely.
Like I wouldn't go past 10 pounds. I'd be in this 10-pound range.
I've been in the last 8 years. The last 8 years or so, I've been within this 20-pound window between 185 and 165, and I've just been bouncing back and forth, back and forth. I don't get any higher than 185, but I never get lower than 165. And I just bounce back and forth. So right now, I'm in the middle. I'm at 178, so just slightly over from the middle, right now. And, especially for me, because I'm not as big as I used to be, the idea of, if anything, I have to incorporate is a physical aspect to my lifestyle, to my nutritional.
Also, your age now.
The lifestyle. Well, it's not even so much that because I've had issues prior to that.
They say as you get older, it's much harder to maintain a weight.
The bounce back, right? Metabolism. So, if anything, I've been training my body is to properly be able to properly take in and digest the food that it receives. So, I try to be somewhat reasonable about my diet for the most part.
What do you incorporate more fiber?
Not so much more fiber, but just it's matters of like, okay, we've done a lot of carb heavy stuff the first 3 days. Maybe on the fourth and fifth day, we're not going to go so carb heavy. We're probably just going to do protein and some sort of a side. Okay. Things of that nature. Portion control is a big thing with me. I try not to go above a certain amount of food. I don't weigh my food. I'm not one of those people, but I try to keep it to a relative size for everything that I do. On top of that, I kind of do.
I would weigh my food. I was actually in that process.
I kind of do like basically what I do is intermittent fasting almost. I give myself a window of time from then to this time I can eat. If it's before that time or after that time, I can't touch a morsel of food. So
that's actually perfect.
My what do you call it? So I normally go from like 12 to 8, maybe 9, depending on my work situation that day.
So I don't know how you can do that type and then work, because Terry Crews does that and he fucking works out though. That's why I'm like, dude.
Well, once your body, it's a human body.
Yeah,
once it gets accustomed to it,
his body gets used to it, but it's fucking crazy because you don't eat. The whole thing about intermittent fasting, you don't eat in the morning, but he still works out. So I'm like,
but I don't.
What the fuck are you burning, then, nigga?
What you have stored. That's what you're burning. And, because your body...
there has to be a limit, I think, of what Terry Crews can eat if you're in that diet, but he has to have a certain amount of intake to keep the form he has, because he's a super muscular guy.
Yes, but you also have to keep in mind that his body's not used to that. When your body is used to knowing that it's only going to get meals once a day for the most part, it's going to dissect and extract everything it can from that one meal in the same way it would from 3 separate meals, 3 smaller separate meals.
Plus, he's been on a routine for so long that all of the nutrition's already there. He's a healthy man.
Yeah.
Like, he's just legit. He's a machine now.
Right.
What he's eating is the fuel for that day or the next day.
Mm-hmm. Like fast food, like I stay away from fast food for the most part now.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's just my laziness has become at its peak. I've always been a lazy person, but in reason. But ever since that accident, my laziness has gone to a new level.
You've lost the discipline.
Because for me, it's not. I've been blessed that I've had a fast metabolism, which has stopped me from going super overweight. You know what I mean? Back when I was younger, because I could have just, if I didn't have that metabolism, I'd be a fucking ball. You know what I mean? So, and the fact that Dwayne and Germs would get me to play basketball, and basketball was my passion. That it was, it became more of I like playing it than me working out. So working out is like a task for me, and I just hate that. But I'm at the point right now where I can't play ball because of the size I am. You know what I mean? So I have to work out. So my sister's been helping me a lot with it, because I want the end of the year to be off on a good note, and I want to lose at least 50 to 60 pounds. So that's I can possibly do that within a couple months, but I want to give myself a realistic goal, because I might have lapses where I get lazy again. But 1 week or 2 weeks of getting lazy could add a lot of weight. So it's just laziness for me. At this point, it's just laziness. Overcoming my own laziness. Because if I eat out, it's because I was so lazy I didn't want to cook when I have food there to cook.
Yeah. I get that.
That's been my biggest issue. I literally have, like, right now, I have $100 worth of food I can cook right now. But sometimes I'll get lazy and I'll be like, you know what? I don't feel like fucking cooking. I'll just order me some McDonald's from Uber.
That's fucking terrible. Because then what you're eating is just junk.
Yeah. So I've been trying to, little by little, cut things out. So I've been cutting out fast food. Like that I had to cut out effectively immediately. And if I do, like, if I have to eat fast food, I try to get salad, to be honest with you. I'll go to Wendy's and I'll get a salad. The best thing I can do if I have to eat fast food. Because I don't even trust going to Pollo and getting rice and beans. Because I'll be like, you know, maybe they're cooking that shit in like, the wrong way. Let me trust the way I cook it, where I know I'm going to make it like in a healthy way. Because I don't know if they're fucking dousing that fucking chicken in oil like a motherfucker.
No, man.
Because too much oil is not good.
It's
for
on the
you.
grill.
on
It's
the
grilled
grill.
chicken.
Yeah, they say that.
What? You can literally
You
see
could
it
literally
cooked.
see it being cooked.
Are we being?
See, look,
Are we
you
just-
can't just accept the
Have
fact
you-
that he
what-
just
have
lost
you-
the
I can't.
argument.
I can't.
You can't. It's
I
not.
can't, I
See,
can't.
here's the thing. When it comes,
I'm a
when-
narcissist.
When you deal with a liar like this, sometimes
It's not being a
Okay.
liar; it's being a
That-
narcissist.
Right? You can't accept the truth, so you just continue
No,
to
I can
lie.
accept the truth. I just don't want
So
to
you
accept
continue
your
to
truth.
Exactly, the truth.
What?
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
Mind blown.
Exactly.
Give me a second here.
You have to recuperate. Recuperado.
Guys, you see what I have to deal with?
Or Ella.
Guys, you honestly see what I have to do. Or
That's a
listen
great
to what
impression of Ello after 2 jumping jacks. That's amazing. I got to tell you. Oh, but nah, fucking. Oh, dude, the fucking. Did you guys see the tropical storm taking over on in the Atlantic right now?
Yeah, it's gonna hit Puerto Rico.
Tropical
on
Storm
Sunday.
2, is it being called
I'm
right
really
now?
hoping we don't get any hurricanes. At least until next year when I move out of here.
It's
I
so
can't,
hot.
I can't do a hurricane on the first floor.
It's so hot.
It's possible.
It's so hot. They're saying this one's gonna. Every year, I think for the last 5 or 6 years, I've heard this hurricane season is going to be the most active hurricane season we've seen in the history of recorded weather.
Every year. Like,
Every year. And here's the thing. They're right. It's gotten worse every year within the last decade or so. Decade and a half. Like,
Like, if you honestly can't see...
it's gotten so hot.
Yeah. Like, you can't
It's
honestly
getting
see-
hotter sooner, longer. Okay. The severity and the intensity of storms
it's thicker.
are crazy, are more frequent now,
It has more
have
girth.
gone up. The activity of storms overall, just in general, have gradually increased
The
year by
width and the
year.
girth of these storms.
I think he's
Yeah.
having a fantasy over there. I think he's going through his YouPorn searches right now.
This is my YouPorn. What the fuck is
This exactly his grinder,
X?
his
What?
fucking
Grindr?
his fucking grinder
I haven't been grinding
matches.
in a while.
So,
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
you ask that every time, like you don't know. What the fuck are you talking about? You got stock in it.
I never
Like,
I got stuck in it.
Fuck out of here.
No, is that a real thing?
It's
bro?
such a norm to him, he doesn't even realize.
He doesn't even realize it. Oh, you mean Tinder? No, grinder. Oh, I call it Tinder. I call it breakfast.
Oh,
Fava beans.
How does that always come up? At least once a show. Fava beans.
'cause you gotta wait for the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motherfuckers are gonna be sending us fava beans. This is like sponsor fava beans.
Not with that terrible accent, though. Not with that terrible accent.
You got a better Midwestern accent. That's
What?
It sound like Midwestern.
Myth Weston.
Midwestern.
Miss Weston.
Heaven's
Is that a pageant?
Heaven's a Betsy.
I don't even know.
Betsa?
what kind of
What's
rabbit hole we're
Betsa?
going down,
Betsy.
guys.
Heaven's the Betsy.
Is it?
What? I don't know what he's doing right now.
What is it?
I don't know what he's doing right now.
You saw the video of
No.
the kid with the MAGA hat getting the MAGA hat ripped off of his head, and then some guy threw like a Coke in his face.
What?
It's been all over the internet since yesterday. So he was there. He was at a Whataburger in Texas.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And he was with his friend, 16-year-old kid. This guy just comes, takes the hat off of it, and then throws his drink right in his face.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It's conflicting stories because somebody that was there said that right before that.
Did you speak with him?
No, it was on. It was on.
Yeah, I just
Yahoo.
love how you just say somebody that was there. My source tells me.
My source is CBS. So. They said that somebody that was there said that the kids were talking about hanging black people. And that's what prompted
okay.
it.
Well, there you go. I mean, it
Yeah,
it all
it's so,
depends.
it's so.
If it's just Buddy saw MAGA hat, so he attacked, he's an asshole. If the MAGA hat kid was talking about hanging black folk and then somebody got mad about it, well then,
I just don't know who to believe anymore.
Actions have consequences.
If I can't see a video of the whole thing,
Everybody's
it's just
scum.
I have no idea anymore.
Everybody's scum. Everybody's a
Everybody has an
liar.
agenda now.
Everybody's a liar.
It just adds fuel to the fire.
It's just because see the thing is that like you can play that in any way, in both ways, no problem. They could take that exact same clip and in Fox News it could be a look at this liberal snowflake attacking this Christian conservative.
I bet you they're doing that right now.
Citizen right now,
Probably doing
for no
that right
reason.
now. I bet you.
Meanwhile, cut to MSNBC, and it's
I would say CNN.
He was trying the hateful comments that were being incited by the group of teens led with this kid in the Make America Great Again hat. Clearly just shows the lack of ignorance, the pure ignorance and lack of understanding from the people in the Trump campaign, and they'll completely just flip it on that way. And CNN is just probably just talking about Trump for some reason again.
Fox News just be like this racist rhetoric that they're trying to insinuate.
Anything else?
I mean, whatever Sean Hannity says, man.
That dude sucks.
I watch his show just for the cringe. It's like that show's actually really good for the cringe.
To me,
if you want to watch it for the cringe, it's
everybody, MSNBC, Fox News,
no, Sean Hannity,
CNN.
Like, Sean Hannity right now is the Bill O'Reilly.
They're all in the crazy pile.
Bill O'Reilly.
They're all in the crazy pile, all of them. Because even the people over on MSNBC sometimes are just fucking ridiculous left, where it's like, everybody deserves a job just for existing, and the way you pay for all these poor people is you take all the money from the middle people and the high people and have them pay for everything the entire time, and it's just like, well, no, that doesn't work either, and now. To watch that shit now, it's so. That's why I hate every time the election comes around, because all of television gets taken over by that shit. At least with the rest of the time, it's just secluded to CNN, MSNBC, Fox News.
That's why you gotta watch sports, man. That shit don't happen.
Everything else, no, because even in sports, you fucking see that shit.
That shit happens for like a millisecond before the game starts and a millisecond after the game starts.
LeBron James tweeted about President Trump today, and his comments were very, he caused the ire of people, and it's just like, listen, I don't care.
I'm not gonna lie though. It is interesting when athletes speak out and how they view an athlete's point of view. You saw that shit when LeBron said what he said, because there was this new podcast with LeBron, Kevin Durant, and one of the hosts from ESPN, where it's them in a car and they basically talking about life shit. Then the subject of Trump came up, and he's like, yeah, I can't really, he's not uniting people, this or that. So the fucking one person from Fox was like, oh, let's listen to this jock talk about this and that. He's been privileged all his life, and I'm like, it's sometimes Fox goes above and beyond of like how
Racist they are?
It's not the racism. Because you already know they're somewhat being racist with everything else. It's the fact that they insinuate and they perpetuate what they view the person, and it's funny how the viewers of Fox just believe it because they make it seem like, oh, he's been privileged his whole life, and we're like, motherfucker, LeBron was like every other fucking high school player that had fucking...
Yeah, we know. Yeah, I get what
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, privileged?
Well, yeah.
He's privileged after he fucking won, after he got into the NBA, yeah.
But see, here's the thing, though. The people that watch Fox News are no different than the people that watch MSNBC only. You know what I'm saying? All they're looking... It's just confirmation bias. People don't want the news to be informed. People want the news... Nowadays, they watch the news is to just confirm their already suspicious minds. You know, everybody in a red hat is a racist, bigoted, rich fuck that hates all brown people or all persons of color, no matter what. And on the flip side, you got everybody on that side going, those are just a bunch of hippie, fucking liberal douchebags that think that everybody's just supposed to coddle them and harbor their feelings at all times. And it's like, and then you got people like me that just goes, you're both idiots, the both of you.
I think it's gotten so bad that now that shit is actually going down, you can't, the stations can't even call the other people out because everybody's fucking, and so they have some type of view to something. No one is like independent anymore and down the middle. Because if you listen to half of the shit Trump's people... Did you hear the one guy when they were talking about the disabled little girl being separated? He went womp womp. Mm-hmm. And then how is that guy even still in office? If this was like back in the day where there was somewhat more of a... I wouldn't say... like it wasn't as bad as it is now, where there's specifically you can see in certain stations where they stand. Before it was like, we don't know, you somewhat do this, but sometimes you lean to the other side.
You know what the irony about all of that is, though? Is that people are actually held accountable more now than they were then. Because of technology.
Because some people are just not held up.
Listen, privacy is non-existent anymore.
Nothing happened to him.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that came out.
Had also like another crowd.
But that came out, though. Saying, the fact that he do that. See, okay, he may still have a job, but then when he goes out to go pick up his kids at school or whatever, and people see him, they don't see the dude from that show or whatever. They just go, "Oh, that's the Womp Womp guy." Like that's all they see now. You get what I'm saying? Like in their day-to-day lives, they're paying for it. You may not see it up front when they're on television because they're in makeup and properly lit and got the best clothes on and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Good enough.
I'd
rather them not be in that position of power and them be invisible to the world.
How's that a position of power?
That guy has some position of power.
He's just known. He doesn't have any power,
He has some power. In that position, I mean, if you're in the government and you're in some type of... You have to have some position of power. You know what I'm saying? At least in your realm. You know what I mean? Yeah. But just to give that man any... He employs some people. He has to have an assistant under him or something. So he has some people under him. The fact that guy has people under him gives me... is like wrong for me. Because if he's thinking that way, it's like, man, you're fucked up. How the fuck are you in that position then if you're that fucked up?
Well, it's politics, bro. You know? The guy that sits here and thinks that, you know... I heard Denzel Washington say something once that he's like, if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. And if you watch the news, you're misinformed. And
give that motherfucker an Emmy right now. Give him an Oscar.
Oh, they already did twice. And it's true. Nowadays, it's either, you know, racist Republican or snowflake Democrat, and that's all you ever hear, you know.
Or Trump.
Where you know, it's all about the values. You know, here is profit. At the end of the day, at the bottom line, no matter what, that is what makes America. I'm sorry, the United States of America. That's what makes it go round here. That's all that speaks. It's all that will ever speak here. And that sucks. I think now though, with this future generation, the pendulum is swinging so hard right now with everything. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are held more accountable now.
I really think those kids from Parkland are going to be like humongous game changers down the line when we get older.
Yeah, because they're going to be
all of those motherfuckers are going to be.
Do you understand that those Parkland kids basically just made an entire generation of kids be aware of the fact that, like, ooh, we can do something.
Yeah, no,
we can do something right now. Because in the next year, when the midterm elections come around for 2020,
I love the fact that they were the first people since I can remember of like these type of shit happening, like massacres, where now you hear more of the victims than you actually do of the shooter. Because every time you would hear more of the shooter throughout everything.
I don't know. Because they're still giving me fucking headlines of Nicholas, of that asshole from Parkland. I'm still, it just happened, so they're still running the cycle right now with Maryland and that asshole. Now you have this other guy. What do you call it? There was another shooting. I think
Texas, the newspaper.
Yeah, or whatever.
But I'm saying, since from the Orlando people, as and I don't want to make it seem
they
like
still show the pictures of these fucking assholes. They still put up their manifestos.
Well, this is the thing. What I mean by that is I don't want to take away from survivors from other massacres, but the kids from Parkland, they said, listen, enough is enough. We're not going to be the ones that are going to just be another footnote in history. We're going to rise and we're going to start something. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't. And if it does, then we're going to run with it. So those kids are they're going to be known as heroes later in life because they started something.
Yeah. I mean, they,
for at least their generation. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen the youth. And when I mean the youth, I'm talking about all the way down to the high school level. The beauty about Obama is that he got all the college kids and all the seniors in high school that were of age to vote. He captured those kids. What these Parkland kids did is they got everybody else, all the seniors on down, middle school, elementary school kids. Elementary school kids know these kids' names now. Preschool kids, know their names now. They've heard their names now. You know what I'm saying? So, for as much influence as the NRA has had on us for such a long time, I think we're now starting to see an active force that is doing the opposite of that, which is to work against the grips of guns. And listen, guns is a very complicated issue. There's no clear-cut solution for that. It's very convoluted. There's so many layers to it. But I at least like the fact that there is a balance in the universe now. As big of a machine as the NRA is and everything that it does, there's now another machine that is becoming just as strong, and hopefully will be, I'm biased, but hopefully it will be just as strong, if not stronger, to combat what the NRA does. To a certain extent, of course. I actually had a very lengthy discussion with a few veterans online about the use of the AR-15, and even they can accept the fact, that all of them being NRA card holders, all of them being active members of the NRA. These are all former servicemen, and they hunt, and they for sport, and not just for also game as well. But they were telling me there is the gun itself is basically the equivalent of buying a Ferrari for your day-to-day driving. A Honda Civic can do the exact same job, but it's just nicer if you get to do it in a Ferrari. You know what I'm saying?
I'm guessing the Honda Civic is like a hunting rifle.
You know what I mean?
Cock bolt, you just
bolt action.
Where
you know what I'm saying?
You can't let off shots.
while the AR-15.
Hey, it's gotten so good for hunters.
And
they literally have
for the record,
machines that you can set up like this on a roller. You don't even have to fucking touch the gun. It's just a button, and it aims for
And now for the record, I am not one of these dummies that thinks that we should ban all guns, because that's just stupid and completely unrealistic. I am also not one of these dummies that sits here and thinks that everybody should have a gun either. I think that
I'm not gonna lie. I think I am one of those people.
That just nobody needs to have guns.
No. That I think everybody needs a gun, but it's strictly out of my fear. Oh, no. This is out of my own fear of government.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And when you start making decisions out of fear, that is where you start to make you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just that shit. What if the government comes after you, bro? The tyranny. You know what I mean?
Right. You and your AR-15. You and your AR-15 is going to stop drones, tanks, the biggest active military in the world, and that's just what they have on board in base locally. That's just not to tell you the reinforcements that they have in the background on top of that. You and your fucking 9mm Beretta, really? You fucking dipshit!
Don't judge.
Oh god! I am so happy you just used that as your argument.
It's like at that point the government is just using a cheat mode. It's like a cheat mode because then they're like, we're gonna take the gun away from you now. Now it's just bare fist against gun.
This thing is gonna basically look like it's basically gonna be like the Shadow of Colossus coming. Right, and this fuckhead just has a stick, like not even a sword.
Not destroy the stone mountain.
Just a stick. It's a big stick.
It's a big
stick. It's a high
stick.
Okay, it's girthy the way he likes them. You know what I'm saying? And
the width is pretty
where this is going. Keep going.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's veiny.
Oh yeah.
For some reason it's black, dark. So, you know what I mean? And then just this giant monster's just heading his way. And Ello.
You know what I find crazy? How everybody is, I feel like, completely forgot about the Las Vegas massacre. And, like, I didn't forget about all the open, like...
it's funny that you mentioned that. I actually saw a post today. There were, like, cops and service personnel, like military service personnel, were seen in the stairs... on the stairs the night of the shooting, like locked and loaded.
Curiosity goes.
I saw footage. I don't know how true it was, but there's a lot of people contending that it was there were multiple shootings that night.
That's been the biggest conspiracy.
It wasn't just on it wasn't just Mandalay Bay. Apparently, at Caesar's Palace, there was a shooting.
That's the biggest one. Yeah, I heard there was an actual woman that had a video of her like getting behind a craps table, and you can hear shots going off.
Now, they don't know that one specifically. There's a lot of things that just kind of don't add up. I'm not saying by no stretch of the imagination that this is true, but there are questions that can't really just be answered flat out in that shooting.
I think the funny thing is, when it comes to that shooting, I have a unique perspective on it, just because me and Ivan knew about it before the news even got it. So Ivan goes on this website where it's like it's like different posts. It's like, I forgot what the Collie.
Oh, right.
And they were already putting up like videos and shit of what was going on way before the news even got a hold of it. I remember we were playing NBA and he's like, "Hold on a second, bro. The shit is going crazy because they're posting up a lot of craziness about Vegas." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? It seems like there was a shooting." And then, like, more started coming in and more. It wasn't until, like, an hour later that the news picked it up. So, but I specifically remember Ivan being like, it's like, they're saying it's multiple people in multiple casinos. And then that chatter went away.
Yeah. Disappeared.
So, I really, what it could have been? It could have really been a terrorist attack. And they just covered it up.
Could have.
because they didn't want mass, you know. That was perfect.
That was great.
That was great.
That was great. That was great. Oh, that was great.
I mean, it could have been. I could see it being a terrorist attack they foiled before it could have really went off, and they just didn't want to tell anybody because it would create a lot of hysteria, which it would have if that would have really have happened.
Hysteria. You ever heard that song before?
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting.
Hysteria.
I wasn't expecting you to do that.
Dum dum dee dum 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 dee dum dum.
Yeah, I fucks with Rihanna. Yeah.
But I mean,
I know you like those.
there's a lot of plot
That shit I
holes.
sent you.
Oh, dude.
There's a lot of plot
Like
holes when it comes
the fact that she gained weight, she
all the
looks
right
so much
places.
better. I always thought she was way too skinny,
her ass is so.
and now that she gained weight, oh my god, oh
It's
my
about
god.
time.
you see that picture
Like
I put up on our
she
page?
basically like
You saw the
as,
picture I put up on our page?
yeah,
Man, that looks
as
good.
soon as she gained the weight, it basically like that's all it took to knock J-Lo off for me as the top girl.
I never was a really big fan of J-Lo.
Me neither.
Really? Oh no! Since for 20 years, I've lusted over that woman. Flat out.
She still looks good now.
Dude,
She's
she's
killing
48.
It. I'm not gonna lie, she's killing it.
48, and I'm just like,
You know who looks good? Salma Hayek, bro.
Oh.
Salma Hayek has been aging like wine.
Salma Hayek.
Yeah, for real. I'm gonna watch some Salma Hayek tonight. You know, beat my meat. I'm gonna lose my money.
Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna beat it up. Beat it up.
sorry, folks.
cut to him just tenderizing a steak. I'm gonna beat my meat. Little salt, pepper.
Get that shit in there. Get that shit in there.
But yeah, I've been thinking about that lately. The Las Vegas one. It's just been a lot.
Oh, I thought it was tenderizing meat. I'm sorry.
A lot of plot holes in that trip.
Yeah, that was a little sketch.
And it's just how quickly it just went all away.
The like apparently it's funny, all these dipshits that like shoot that think that shooting people is gonna like do something for them. It's like you don't understand the other side of that. Okay, yes, they will say your name on CNN
for like a brief moment.
Okay, you will get a little bit of a news cycle, but then here's the thing: then the dust settles. Now you're in prison for life, and now you have to live. And now you have to live your life in constant fear, because in prison, if you do something, it's weird. All these fucking criminals have a code of ethics to a certain extent. The G code. The G code. Child molesters, rapists are considered the lowest of the low. Okay,
Always.
They're the black people of prison. Okay, they're the way America views them, the way America views black folk in this country. You know what I'm saying? So they're treated as second class, but the shooters are now. Before. It used to be like, oh, those motherfuckers are crazy. Don't fuck with them. Now, the perception has changed, and they start to realize that it's just like, oh, it's just these little weak ass bitches that never fucking did anything with their lives and wanted to blame society for all of the ills in their life and shit like that. So what's starting to happen is that now they're starting to get attacked in prison.
Even if they make it to prison, most of them just shoot themselves.
Okay, yeah, if they're not killed on the scene or they shoot themselves. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest pussy to me was that one. Remember that kid who was like rich, had a BMW, and then he put a video on YouTube. He's like, "Oh, all these women, they want to be with black men who live in poverty. And me and my sports car, and I mean, we're not good enough for you." And then he went around town just shooting people from his car.
Yeah, the Facebook killer or whatever, right?
He killed himself. That he's the biggest pussy out of all of them to me. So you're telling me you're killing people because you couldn't get pussy? Is that what you're telling me? Because the black man took the fucking pussy away from you?
I mean, like, dude, like the the asshole.
I wonder
that,
if it was a white guy, what he would have
like,
done.
you don't understand. Like they're all gonna end up in some sort of horrible situation in one way, shape, or form, because it's either you have to kill yourself,
which he did,
which some people do, or you
that
go to
makes him
prison
more-
for life.
That makes him more of
and
a
deal
pussy
with
because
that.
he knew he was going to get fucked
or you
up
get,
in jail.
or it's either you kill yourself, or you get killed by them. You know, suicide by cop, or it's you get sent to prison for life, where you might possibly get killed over there, or possibly worse. Case in point, the dipshit that just shot XXX, that motherfucker, they got him in prison. They raped him in prison.
Well, they said that that's not true now. They came out and said, "Who knows? Who the fuck knows what goes on there?"
Listen, man. Considering all the controversy behind all that shit, I would not be surprised. This is Broward we're talking about, baby. All right, Broward does not forgive or forget.
Yeah, did you hear that he might have tatted up XXX?
What?
Yeah, there's reports. So the guy knew Kodak. Wait, there was a picture of him and Kodak when Kodak was younger.
And that's so unfair.
He tatted Kodak up.
That's so unfair that they're trying to tie Kodak into this entire.
They're not trying to try Kodak.
No. I'm talking about the media. The media.
Well, no, what they're saying
they're just
is
running with that story of, he tatted up Kodak once. Was Kodak Black involved? You know, they used to have beef back in the day.
The biggest thing they say is that Drake is involved in some way.
Like,
this is why, because Drake had. So they're saying. So they just revealed that the Pusha T. You know how he found out about the whole Drake thing? From XXX. XXX found that information out from some different source, told Pusha T, and Pusha T said it like in this beef.
That's I already know that that's bullshit, because everybody already knows that the real information came from A$AP Rocky.
Right. So but that's the story that's going out there, that XXX gave the information to Pusha T, and because Pusha T came out with it, he said. But this is the craziest thing, is how they're tying some of the songs that Drake has put out already, and it's so eerie that it actually fits with what's going on.
I hate what the internet does, man.
Bro,
because these dummies just don't do the research anymore and look at this and they just look at this shit as gospel. You know what I'm saying? Like when that homegirl that poor girl that froze in that freezer in Chicago in that hotel. Okay,
I forgot about that.
Oh, she got raped. She got kidnapped and raped, and then she got put in the when it just turned out to be an unfortunate incident of she was too drunk, she was too fucked up, wandered off, locked herself in, died. It was just a tragic accident that happened after everything was over. But for the entire weekend, I remember that because that dropped like on a Thursday or Friday.
That was a whole
and then what do you call it? But I'm saying when the final result came out, it was like a month later. But for that entire time, there was so many fucking theories going around. But the main one that was going on was like, her homegirl lured her. Her homegirl lured her to the hotel to fuck a dude for $200. To fuck a dude for $200. Gets there, changes her mind, gets raped, and in the process of it, what do you call it? Is like she's bucking or whatever. So then they beat her up, and then they knock her out, and then they put her in the freezer because they got scared. Like that is what the internet had you believing this entire time. And these parents. Like, could you imagine these poor parents that are just already dealing with the fact that they lost their child?
Yeah, the parents actually thought that shit was true.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's saying that.
Even the fucking news people were like,
because everybody's saying that.
Because
everybody's saying that. Because well, on Facebook it says that this happened, but you know what I'm saying. And these poor parents, they don't know what to believe, what to go through, and I just fucking hate. And so the fact that the police
have to go through that because it's information, like they don't know if it's true. They don't know if
they have to go through it. Yeah, they have to investigate every lead.
So it just makes the whole thing.
The fact that they're doing shit like this, tying Drake songs to the XXX murder.
It's so crazy how they tied it. You remember that the last song he came out with before his album dropped?
So stupid.
I forgot what it was.
What, God's Plan?
Not God's Plan. It was after God's Plan.
Nice for what?
I think so. There was a part where he said, something said my shooter, and then he said a specific name, and just so happens that dude that shot him's nickname is that name.
Like, see, they're reaching.
I know Drake is just like, fuck, why did I come up with that specific line? Because they're tying that one line. That could get someone in prison, bro. Like,
not in prison, but it could definitely cause enough ruckus in their life
to like investigate
and offset some shit. But like the fact that niggas are just doing shit like that, man.
It's a whole. They've actually created a timeline from the moment that X got out of jail and beefed with Drake and to his death of how it could be Drake, and it's so like. They match it up so well. It's just like, bro, I feel like it might be him. Like,
I mean,
but that story that the guy. So what they think is that
I saw the video of that asshole
was lurking behind. X
no. Of that
his brother.
No, can you let me fucking speak?
Maybe.
What do you call it? I saw the video of that douchebag, after, he shot X.
Oh, taunting.
The one where he
fucked up, man.
You know.
And the red bandana.
Yeah, with the red T-shirt on, wrapped over his face. Yeah, he was making fun of how he was pleading for his life and everything. I was just like, oh, that's why. Because I saw that video after, because that video had already been out. I saw that video after I had heard the news of what had allegedly what's allegedly happened to him in jail.
What would you do if a gun is stuck in your face? You're gonna be like,
pull
the trigger, motherfucker.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. What like this isn't a movie, dog. Like, yo, you're a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? You're the lowest piece of fucking scum. You know what I'm saying? Apparently his girlfriend is pregnant.
The craziest video I heard was the one where he's talking to somebody. In the video, in the Snapchat shit, and the guy's like, yo, you gotta put that shit away, you're so fucking stupid with the Louis bag and all the money, they're gonna know it's you. And he was like, bitch, shut up, you might be next. Way to implicate yourself, dumbass.
Like, apparently, like, these motherfuckers had sandals on.
There's a video of in the store. So where the store is, it's so big. They were lurking. They have video of them lurking behind them in the store. So they went to the opposite side of the store and bought the fucking mask that they used there, and they had a receipt of it. They got them on video buying it.
What assholes?
In the same store.
What dumbasses? Good.
They have a video of the guy who killed X, right, lurking behind him in the bike shop, and the bike shop is so big they had a separate side where you can get like accessories. So they bought the mask that they used in the same bike shop that X was in, and they have him on video and they have the transaction.
That's so stupid.
So he.
But yeah, that's the.
I saw his court. I saw his court proceedings.
He had a court appearance. I saw the one where he got arraigned.
Yeah, that.
Oh.
I saw the arraignment video, and what happened. But yeah, I hope they bury him under the prison. Not because I can tell you, I by no stretch of the imagination was I a fan of XXX. To be honest with you, the only two songs I've really heard from him is just "Look at Me," Now the Sad video, and one other song. Like that's literally all I've ever heard. I know he's dropped 2 albums, which considering everything now, I wanna go and check him out. But it's just sad because it's like, it's the loss of a life. He was 20 years old, and yes, he was a bit of a dipshit. Was a very troubled past.
He was changing his life around right now.
But it seemed like he was starting to course correct, the ship a little bit.
I saw a lot of the videos he made like before that, after the beginning of the year, because he said, "Listen, 2018, I'm going to really." Change. He actually started the Helping Hand Challenge, which they say a lot of people, to go back to the Drake thing, Drake did the God's plan to copy it, but he started this kind of movement of helping people, and he would I saw videos of him like with a truck full of PS4s and Xboxes, and he was talking. He's like asking me, "What do you want to be?" And he's like, "I want to be an NBA player." It's like, "Really?" So he's like, "Well, I'm going to help the community to help you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to build shit. And we're going to."
Yeah,
he really
like,
wanted to help people.
He bought his family. Before passing away, he bought 4 homes for his entire family. I mean, we're talking each like $500,000 homes, like Nat's parents' place type style.
Nat has a $1 million home.
Her parents have a very
Isn't
nice
that
home.
rich?
No.
They filthy rich, ain't it? They're swimming in money.
Yeah, they're just pouring in it.
It's like Daffy Duck over there. They just like gold. Like they open the door and it has nothing but gold coins in there.
Yeah, but then
Swimming in it.
all the profits that he keeps on bringing in from his music is then left to his family. So
Yeah, exactly. So,
Plus, I heard this album's like it went #1 on it. Like,
well, yeah,
I heard
his
it's the first
debut album
#1.
went #2, and then this second one has now gone
it's the first
went
post,
#1
Is it post
posthumously.
That since Biggie, that went #1 after you know
Mm-hmm.
the person has passed away.
Mm-hmm. Same thing happened with Pun. When he died.
Yeah, I mean it's completely tragic. You know,
so
because you never know what he could have done. He was very talented musically. He had just had a different, unique look.
Well,
at
you know,
how to
you
do
see,
music.
I mean, it's like anything else, and that's why I am such a big champion of all of the young guys out now. You know, the Migos, the Futures, the 21 Savages, the Chief Keefs. You know, I root for those guys. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't listen to their music all the time. They're not my go-to stuff, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hate on them. They're just trying to do what I'm trying to do, which is better our life through something that we love to do. And why would you want to fault them for that? You know?
I can't wait to see what's the biggest thing in hip hop in 20 years.
Oh, that's gonna be the trick. You know, how does hip hop flourish in the digital era, the true digital era now? Because now it's
I think
integrated.
it's just gonna revert back, like styles.
I already see the
natural
pendulum
sound.
swinging. I already see the pendulum swinging. People are
because
getting tired of just
yeah,
the simple hooks and the no lyrics and stuff like that. People are in the singles. People want albums again. You got vinyl has only gone up in sales steadily in the last 10 years. Okay. People want the LP is coming back. So it's paying off to have a body of work now. You know what I'm saying? And it's people, you know, such as, you know, ourselves, you know, Ello and myself, you know, Bro Life, Mansion, Movement, and like everybody that's like dropping albums right now. Those people eventually are gonna when people discover them, it's just gonna be a plethora of fucking of music for them to go through, because the album now is what holds 99 cents, $1.29, whatever the fuck it costs on Apple Music. It's cool to have the single, don't get me wrong, but if through 12 tracks on your album, I got to skip through 7 of them, you didn't do your job. If you got 4 heaters, that's why, if you noticed, a lot of people, I'm surprised Drake dropped 25 tracks, a double disc.
Was that Scorpion?
That's what Scorpion is.
I heard they gave it a 4 out of 10.
I started listening to it. I didn't really pay attention. I actually have to start listening to it again. I have it. And then but then you have everything that just dropped on the Good Music side. Good Music, the label, I mean. Kids See Ghost, the Kanye album, Daytona, Pusha T's album, Nas's album. All of those, 7 tracks.
Shout out to Nas too. He just sold his company for $2 billion.
He didn't sell his company, and it wasn't for $2 billion. It was bought for $1 billion from Amazon, and he had invested in it. He was a co-owner.
Still, shout out.
Oh, for sure. Clocking some checks.
It's like he's trying to take the shout out away. Like, wait, hold on. What's that shut up?
Well, no, because people will say that shit, and that's how you have fucking Tyrese almost ruining a fucking $1 billion merger between Beats Music and Apple.
How?
Remember when that video came out of him with Dr. Dre, and he was like, "You're looking at the first hip hop billionaire right here, yo. You look at, right here, right now. He's in the West Coast, baby." You never saw that? You don't remember that video? This is during that string of when Tyrese was just active on the fucking internet, bro. Like, this
I don't know if anybody knows, but I don't know if it's just new, but they just put out, I saw a video of Tyrese with, what is it, Taraji P. Henson?
Taraji P. Henson?
Taraji. And they were replaying The Baby Boy, like now, I guess. And it's like a music video did
right
of how...
Man, hold on. It's not often do you get to listen to beats with Mr. Beats himself. Oh! Wait. Oh, shit. I like that. That mix is crazy. Oh, shit. Oh, that's what you're doing.
All right, so what does...
Wait. Hold on.
But what does that have to do with...
Listen. Right here. Right there. This is where he almost fucked all that up.
Oh, shit. The Ford flips just changed. Maybe, it came out like 2 weeks ago. They need to update the Ford flips. Shit just changed. In a big one. Oh, my. Oh, my. First billionaire in hip-hop right here from the motherfucking West Coast. Believe me. Shit.
Boom. All right, so my man Dre decides to get was a little happy about the deal. Decided to open up himself a couple bottles of Hennessy and whatnot. Got a little happy off the happy juice with Tyrese and them. And because of that video, they almost lost the deal.
Why?
Because that was supposed to be on a strictly need-to-know basis. That was not public yet. That was not made to the public. Made it to be known to the public yet.
That he was going to make $1 billion.
So the
you know how many rappers say I'm going to be worth $1 billion?
Now Nas, everybody's what do you call it? Like applauding Nas's business acumen because he's apparently whoever his financial business manager is has put a lot of portfolio very diverse. He's invested in a lot of upstarts, a lot of companies, Lyft, Uber, I forget, a bunch of other like app companies and stuff like that.
Made Lyft and Uber?
Yes,
Get the fuck out.
he made Lyft and Uber. Yes,
Queensbridge.
no Lyft. I believe it's Lyft. I know he's
Queensbridge.
invested in Lyft, but like Lyft. I think Uber Eats. I believe specifically. And a bunch of other upstart companies in Silicon Valley.
I'm just picturing Nas at his apartment. Man, you know what? Fam, why can't we get it ordered here? Come on, bro. Call Uber. Tell them to bring it here.
See, it's that was the
And that's how
wackest
Uber Eats
fucking
just
joke.
comes.
That was the wackest fucking joke
He was trying
ever.
to imitate Nas.
I know that was just terrible. At best, that was terrible.
I haven't seen Nas or listened to a lot of Nas in a while, so I have no idea how he acts.
Or ever from that impression.
I was forgetting when New York people call each other. I know they don't say. Do they say blood? Blood? No, that's Compton.
That's West Coast.
That's West Coast. That's
You're so dumb.
If Nas was here, he'd just look at you like this, like,
fam.
Yo. No. So
I'm a basketball
Nas,
person, so I'm trying to remember how Carmelo talks because he's super.
but here's
New
the
York.
thing: as diverse as Nas, that's all the public stuff, though. But like, historically, Nas has always picked the worst fucking deals when it came to endorsement deals.
Really?
Shoes, lugs, and stuff like that. Like, he came out with his own shoe line one time that were just like these tacky looking, horrible looking shoes. in my opinion.
You know which rapper had the best shoes though? I ain't gonna lie. G-Unit.
Oh,
I used to love G-Units.
I fucked with
had
G-Unit
3
shoes.
pairs of G-Units. I had the baby blues, I had the red ones, and then I had the traditional black and white ones, bro. Them shit was clean though, with the G-Unit on the side. Them shit was
Dog,
clean.
them shits was hard. I still look for
Walk
those shoes
into middle school
occasionally.
with those shits, yo, you bagging them.
I still look up for those. I still look up those shoes from time to time online.
Who did those Reeboks,
That-
right?
Yeah. No, how about these? The S. Carters.
Ooh, I remember those.
Remember the S. Carters
Those
from
shits was
Jay-Z
bad, too,
and Reebok?
man.
Remember the commercial with him and 50?
I just remember the one commercial where he's hopping out of a white Rolls Royce, and he's all white, and he's wearing those shoes.
Who?
Jay-Z.
Oh, true. Dog. But
Every
yeah,
video of G-Unit, they'd have the G-Units on.
dude.
Of course.
Like 50 was,
G-Unit
every
was
freestyle's a
shit back
commercial. I'm a marketing genius. Like, and it was true.
Yeah,
He invented. He's the one that invented like the modern day, like
right? Yeah,
like the modern day like commercial for.
He did vitamin water.
Yeah, he was on. He was on.
He's really good. Look at what he's doing with his show, Power. Mm-hmm. That's 50 right there, dog.
Mm-hmm. 50 is ruthless, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like all these motherfuckers, dog. Like that's what I want to do. I just want to. Everybody is. I saw this rapper, Greedo, who's currently in jail on a life sentence, I believe. Talk shit about J. Cole, that he hates his music. He hates how J. Cole looks and dresses. He's like, how you supposed to be somebody that made it out, but you out here looking like a fucking smoker. Like, that's a quote. Because you see J. Cole now, he's back in the day he used to have like the chain and the watch and stuff but like now he's just t-shirt, just basketball shorts, some sneakers. He's not really flashing jewelry.
Look at the
He's got
whole
the
cast
hair,
of
the
Pineapple
beard.
Express. All of them are like multimillionaires, and all of them dress like fucking like they're just at home on a Saturday smoking a joint.
21 Savage. There's a video of 21 Savage recently. For all the hoopla, he's like talking about how he doesn't wear jewelry anymore, and the reason why he doesn't why he doesn't wear jewelry anymore is just like because I met some real rich people, some like legit rich people, and at the best, and at best they might have had like a watch, and maybe like their wedding ring on. That's it. You would have never known that they were multi-millionaires, billionaires, but we're out here looking like walking billboards of come rob us. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically like, which is true. If the first big check I ever get from music, it's like, I might splurge a little bit on jewelry, but it's not going to be like, I'm not going to get like a fucking piece. I mean, if I'd have to get like stupid money for me to like consider making a piece.
When you get stupid money, this is what you have to do though. And you'll thank me later, but this is exactly what you need to do.
No, I already know what I'm doing.
Well, let me tell you what you should do, my opinion.
Okay.
The greatest feeling is if you go to the mall with your family, significant other, everything,
Mm-hmm.
and you tell them, get whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Because if you, and I'm saying this is when I had $100,000.
Stupid money.
You $100,000, you can get anything you want in the mall. Nothing is going to be over that price.
Yeah.
Not even if you say, give me that diamond ring. At the most, it's going to be 10.
10, yeah.
You may get a 20 here and there, but you're never going to go over
Yeah.
100,000. So if you get more than 100, just do that. Go. I spent maybe me and Lila all put together. We spent maybe $4,000, but we got everything we wanted.
And I've had instances of that. I've done it. I've gotten to do that, but not on that scale. I've always been able.
It's the greatest feeling, knowing you can get anything.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like for me, I've done that with my nephews.
Whatever you were looking at,
my nephews.
You can get it.
With my nephews, that's how I always did it. Charles, not so much because Charles, me and him didn't spend too much time together because I was living in Ecuador.
Have you ever done that though? Have you ever
Yeah, with my nephews.
No, but I'm literally, I mean, like,
Yeah, with my nephews.
anything you want
With
in
my-
this whole mall, you can get.
This is what I'm saying. With my nephews. You know what I'm saying?
When I tell you that was the greatest feeling, Wilmo, any store I went to,
Yeah.
I could get. When I mean anything,
Well, you don't have to worry about the price anymore. Yeah, that's nice.
Anything.
Yeah, that's
like,
cool.
You don't even have to ask them, can I get that? You don't even have to ask them how much it is.
Yeah. The
'Cause it
most I've
doesn't
been able to
fucking
do
matter.
that. The most I've been able to do that with is with myself, where
Oh,
I just
man.
I can walk anywhere and I just don't have to
That
worry about
one
anything.
feeling makes me. It has driven me these past like months of wanting to get something. You know, like, because I just want to get to that point again. Because I swear to God, that was the. Like, I
yeah, you
literally
feel like a boss.
After a certain point, I'm going into the store and asking them, what's your most expensive thing?
Oh, you're an asshole.
No. That's the gauge. How far I'm actually going to be spending. Like, when I went into GameStop, I was like, what is the most expensive thing you have here? And they told me it was a bundle that cost $600. I was like, cool. So I know that's your limit is $600. So I'm not going to go over $600 in the store.
Uh-huh.
No matter what I'm going to go over $600 probably, but in one purchase, I'm not going to go over $600.
Right.
So at one place I went into, I was like looking at like chains, and I was like, they were like, oh, we have a chain $2,000, but then I was like, I'm not gonna fucking get a chain for $2,000. What the fuck am I look like? I gotta watch. I'm telling you, people who have money. When I didn't have money and I wanted to get a chain, for whatever reason, I really wanted to get a chain.
Should have just gotten a Rolex,
But the
bro.
moment I got that shit, you know what I said? I want a really nice watch.
Should have just gotten a Rolex.
Rich people, I think, just get the watch because that signifies
That's
something.
that's a true sign of luxury.
The watch.
The watch. That's how you show off if you're rich
I've seen
or
a
not.
guy who have a lot of money, bro. When my dad used to do construction for these people, so we did a house for this one
Rolex.
guy.
Ooh, Rolex. Ooh, Daytona.
Dude, this guy
Rolex.
had in his
Oh.
closet. He showed me and my father. He had this box that you only get when you buy a certain amount of Rolexes, and it spins. It's a certain Rolex box, and they only give it to you when you become like a pristine member of a membership with
A
Rolex.
what member?
Pristine.
A pristine member.
I said pristine. It's my bad. It's that list. But it was the coolest thing. The fucking watches, they rotate and everything.
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah,
telling
you see
me,
them,
he's
you
like,
see them in Doctor Strange.
right. He's like, this is all I buy. He didn't have anything else. He had like cufflinks that were like gold, so they cost like $1,000 or something. But those go with a suit that's like, he had an Armani suit. Shit was like $5,000 to $10,000. He said, like, it can range, but they come with gold. Like, that's the most jewelry he's putting on.
Suit up.
Cufflinks. The watch is all he puts on.
Bro,
And he's like, this box right here,
that's what I want.
this box right here, $50,000. He had 20 watches, all Rolexes, $50,000.
That's it?
That's
Must've
it.
got-
And that because the ones that are worth more, he puts in safes. He doesn't have those out in the open.
But if it's
For
for
him,
20
50,000
watches, 50,000. That's an average of roughly $1,500
Right.
per watch.
No, the ones that he says that are really worth. He says he has a watch worth that much, just one. Mm-hmm. You know, because some Rolexes can go almost for $1 million.
High price.
A vintage Rolex Daytona
Yeah, you have to look for those watches.
1956 model or something like that, or 1976 model, just sold at auction for $17.8 million.
Jesus Christ, that's just a watch.
I'm gonna look that up.
Imagine when Fry when he won those sardines. How much were they?
I forgot.
That's a true worth right there. Not a watch, but sardines. No, but he had a watch worth, and he would put that in his safe. And he's like,
they say that
he would only take this watch out, these watches that are worth that much, when it's like, because he was big into I forgot what he was, but he did a lot of like what are those things called? It's like this gathering where rich people go, and it's like all walks of life of rich people. It could be contractors, music people, government people. I forgot what they're
you know
called.
what they say. A travel tip is if you can afford it. If you're this type of traveler, and just in case you need money,
You get the G5.
you need money, whether it be for bail or whatever the case may be. Wear a Rolex.
You can pawn it, or you can trade it.
You can use it. That is that is international currency. Literally,
A
a Rolex.
Really?
That is everywhere across this globe. Everybody will accept a Rolex as payment for something.
Because they can just...
That is money.
They can just get rid of it.
That is money.
Yeah, you can get the money.
That is guaranteed money if you give them an authentic Rolex.
God damn. That's how much power
A Rolex
a
has.
Rolex has.
Yes. It is literally considered international currency.
I wonder what kind of Rolexes or even watches.
It's the closest thing you can have to like trading fine art towards like for money, for literal cash. But
Do you think
it's
there's a
hard.
do you think
It's
there's a
on
Rolex?
that scale. It's appraised at that scale because unlike art where it's subjective, where its value it's subjective, a Rolex has the history and the pedigree behind it.
So if you put
There's
a
a solid dollar amount considering the materials that it is.
So if you put a Rolex on an influential person, that could raise the value. So let's say you get a very prestigious Rolex and you put it on Barack Obama.
What? No. What I mean is that
When he gets rid of that watch, is that watch like value gone up because not only is it a Rolex,
Yes.
but it was worn by
yes,
Barack Obama?
yes, at auction, yes,
Specifically that model too.
yeah.
Then can you consider that to be priceless? Could there be a Rolex that's
Priceless
worn by somebody? to be-
Priceless is subjective.
Like what if the Rolex worn by Reagan or Kennedy, would that be considered priceless?
Probably, but it depends. At that point, that's
I'm trying to
private.
equate it to
That's
like
private
a
property.
Like a Mona Lisa. Can it get to that? Can it get to that status?
Depending, yeah, certain
Crazy.
ones, yeah.
A watch can get to the status of a Mona Lisa. That's fucking insane.
17.8 million for a vintage Rolex.
How much is the Mona Lisa worth?
Vintage. Listen to me. Vintage Rolex.
Is the Mona Lisa in the billions?
Mona Lisa's priceless.
It's okay. So yeah, it's considered something priceless.
It's a national treasure.
So you can't even. Okay. So who
That's like saying
has
what's the Statue of Liberty worth?
who
like
has the
it's
Mona Lisa? England? I'm
Paris.
sorry. Paris. Okay. Damn. I wonder if like let's say Paris goes into an economic fucking meltdown. How much would the Mona Lisa be worth?
nope. It's like by law they can't touch it.
But if we had to put a number, if it's that priceless, it can't be in the billion. That has to be $1 trillion.
It's priceless. There's literally no dollar amount that will pay for it.
It's worth $1 billion.
What else?
It's worth-
What else is priceless?
I don't know about
guessing,
priceless.
I'm guessing something Van Gogh.
But see, here's the
is
thing,
priceless.
though. Oh, yeah, but see, here's the thing,
Starry
though.
Night?
That's the thing. Art is very subjective. Okay, the
So that's what I'm
value.
saying, what else is priceless that's not art?
A Jackson Pollock will not sell for the same amount that a Basquiat would.
What about a piano played by Beethoven? Would that be considered priceless?
For you to prove that, like, see, that's not up to consider that.
They don't have those. I'm assuming they do.
I'm sure they have.
They have
something.
to have a piano that has been known that has been played by Beethoven. I'm guessing one of the things.
Yeah,
he's
but that
played-
type of stuff has to be in a museum.
But it would be considered priceless because that museum could then sell that art to another museum if they wanted to,
No, I don't think they can
or
do
sell
that.
it to any rich person that wants to fucking buy it.
I guess, but for them to be able to do that, like that becomes a government issue. Because, like I said, some of those things would be considered national treasures, so you can't just sell it off. You know what I
I'm
mean?
trying to think of other things that are national
But
treasures.
the point that I was
Does
trying to make
does
originally
Ameri- does
before we
Am-
got into this whole priceless
Does
argument,
America have one?
The-
They have to have a national treasure.
You're a national.
we have a
treasure.
bunch of them.
You mean
Like
like
what?
the Constitution? You fucking dipshit.
Yeah.
No. I mean like something.
Literally,
like-
the Constitution.
No, I know, but something like art. Like something like art.
Art wise,
Yeah, art wise, or like a Rolex.
everything,
Like something.
everything Jackson Pollock has done, everything Basquiat has done, everything. What do you call it? Oh my God, what's the white guy's name? Campbell's
white guy?
The Liberty Bell.
Campbell's suit buddy.
Is the Liberty Bell?
Oh,
Andy
Is the
Warhol.
Liberty Bell a monument or is the Liberty
It's a
Bell
monument.
Okay.
It was an active church bell for its original design that eventually it became the Liberty Bell, and it became a monument until later on. I want to say into the somewhere in the 1900s. It became like a national monument. But
That's crazy that the Rolexes and all these, like, Jesus Christ, it's a fucking watch. Like,
it's the equivalent of having a nice car, like trading it, and because it's so recognized around the world about that, like that's the beauty of it. It's like it's the Michael Jordan of fucking watches. Like, it's recognized across the globe.
I got me a Movado watch, a nice.
Those are cool.
Those are really, I got.
Those are cool.
They're for like the thousandaires.
Those are dope. But like, I'm not gonna lie to you, if I had $100,000, I would have bought 2 Rolexes.
You would have been out with $100,000.
No. Oyster.
You would have gotten like an affordable.
In an
Rolex.
Oyster Perpetual, your basic bare bones basic Rolex watch, an Oyster Perpetual plain Jane, starts at roughly anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000.
Not bad.
We're talking stainless steel casing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy.
You know what? That Serv just gave me the greatest idea.
If you want to get fancy,
if I have a son, graduation, I'm giving him a Rolex. That'd be a good
college graduation.
Is that more of a college graduation?
That's a college. You don't give a fucking 18-year-old going off to college a fucking Rolex.
If I see you do that, like, I'm just gonna.
I will fucking slap you right where you stand if you ever do that.
Oh
You
my
and your
God.
child and Lila for allowing it.
Oh my God, Steve, we're meant to be roommates. We both have slapped together.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I mean, technically, you guys would be the uncle to my fucking child.
No.
You guys know that, right?
Yeah,
No.
I know, but I know. Hey, listen, everything
I would
your father says,
I would
fuck
make
that shit.
Serv one of the godparents,
that
but he
dude.
doesn't believe in God.
Yeah, no.
He would just be, so I'm a parent, and I'm good. I don't want that responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, I like you.
I like you. I might not like your kid.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like-
I mean, like, I knew your pops, really. You know,
Pat you on the head.
I knew your dad.
But
I don't
that
really
didn't
know
fucking
you.
move
You
up
kind
on
of
me,
came
hook-
along after
move
the
up on me,
fact.
hook, you guys were best friends. I wouldn't go that far.
I mean,
you know, he made good
we were
hooks. That's all I really
close-ish.
liked.
we were close-ish.
What do you consider a friend?
Yeah, I mean,
What do you consider a friend? Because I consider it different.
I mean, we did the podcast together, yeah, but but dude, I'm telling you, I've had people come to the pawn shop and literally say, "I need to borrow $3,000, you know, for payroll, so I can cover payroll this week," and bring the watch out. If you have the paperwork with you, oh, so much easier for us. So much easier for us to.
You've had Rolexes go through you guys?
Oh, all the time.
That makes sense.
All the time. At my not at the location now, my other location I used to work at. And just people would come in and bro, some of these just some of the most beautiful fucking Breitlings. That's another brand too. If you're looking, look up.
Serve is that friend that brings up the finer things in life to me. And I like, not to say that Dwayne doesn't, but me and Dwayne are such on an anime and video game level. But Serve is on a level like fine art, wide. Mm-hmm. Like when certain things that I drink, he's like, "Oh, you're drinking that?" Like he'd look at me like, "Baboso."
I remember. He got Shellback.
And he looked at me like, "Get the fuck out of my house!" Like,
I'm like, this is a Kraken household, and a Kraken household only. Luckily, he said that was his favorite rum, and I'm like, okay. He's like, but I only buy that for special occasions. I'm like, okay, no. That's your default now.
yeah, that ended up becoming my default.
That's how you start the day.
I went from a Bacardi and Captain Morgan to now a Kraken, and
This motherfucker, I had to take him from Shellback and Regs to in Arizona and Zone to fucking, you know, Kraken and Grade. Just to bring him back, just to let him allow himself call a proper adult.
you know the funniest thing is when I first smoked with
What are you doing?
when I first smoked with Serve, and I smoked the whole fucking bag I had, and he looked at me, he's like, "You don't have anything for later?" I was like, "Yeah." But what are you gonna smoke later? I'll get more. What do you mean you'll get more? I'll get more. But bro, let me give you some money. I'm like, no, why?
It was only 10. It was like that was only $20, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, who's your dude? He's like, what? He's like, oh, no, just a guy. You know, I'll just hit him up. And I'm like, oh, you know, and I'll just cop some Zone. And I'm like, Zone. did you just say zone?
He didn't have no. He didn't have no,
that's what I said first. I'm like, did you just say zone? He goes, yeah. He's like, yeah, this is zone. I'm like, I didn't even know they still made zone.
Took a turn.
See, this is why. This is the thing, and I know why I kept zone for so long. And the people who would get grade, because at that point grade wasn't an everybody thing at that point.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the guys that I knew were still only selling zone because, for one, it was cheaper to get. It was a lot more, and you sold more than getting. You want some more weed?
Yeah.
You see, and it's become like it's now it's second nature. Before it'd be like, no, I don't want to impose. No. I'd have to shove it in his face and give it to him and tell him that.
I know if I just sit here and just be like, nah, man, I'm good. Nah, bro. No. So I'm just like, all right, yeah, sure.
Like, and it's always baffled him because I've told him, like, weed is such a, like, I don't give a fuck thing. Like, I rather share it. To him, he's just like, it was just like a foreign concept to this motherfucker. Like, no, nigga, you need to save your shit. Like, don't give me any more. Like, one day, I think I made his brain just hurt because I came by and I had an extra 25 back and I just gave it to him. Oh. And that literally malfunctioned him. You were like, bro, I can't accept this. You don't remember that day?
I think my exact response was, I'm not blowing you.
I think it was. Thought I was asking for a favor. I'm gonna give you this, but
I'm like, whatever you think is gonna happen from this, it's not. So, nah, man, it just wanted to give you something. I'm like,
give me what?
I'm like, did you just want to give me something? Because now I gotta give you a little something. Like, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean, bro?
Such a homo.
You know, and I'm just, what the fuck?
He likes big dick in his mouth.
Dog.
What were we talking about before that?
What, big dicks?
Oh, no. So the reason why I didn't get into grade is because literally the people that would bring me in, shitty grade, really bad weed.
Well, Rolexes is what we were talking about originally,
right? But then when I started hanging out with Serve, I got introduced to traditional good grade weed, and it was because when I smoked that shit, I felt better. When I smoked the shit that these other people gave me before, way back when I was trying to get into grade, it would literally give me headaches. It gave me migraines, bro. Like, I couldn't sleep. It was like I was like, no, I'm never trying this again. I'm just going to stick with my zone. But then zone started drying up. Couldn't find it anymore. Because it just became like now everybody's getting this quality weed.
Yeah, it's just
it just became now
weed.
Everything is quality weed now. Yeah. There's no such thing as bad weed anymore.
No.
It's
if
gone.
You're still getting brick weed is because your dealer's a fucking asshole.
Or he just started.
Yeah.
And
he's a rookie.
And he just grew it himself.
He's a rookie.
I think this is weed. I mixed it with some tomato seeds. So it might come out a little juicy.
Like, then... But yeah, like...
At that point, it just becomes something you just put on your spaghetti.
You know...
You sprinkle that shit with tomato sauce.
When he'd come over to Cloud City, I'd sit there and I'm like, would you like a drink? He's like, what do you got? I'm like,
he pulled out the old repertoire. Well, I got this. It's aged about 30 years.
Yeah, legit. I'd give him the whole tour.
Oh, I stuck my dick in this one for about 20 minutes.
I'm like, listen. I got Kraken. I got Zier. It's a really good Russian rum, filtered 5 times. It's smooth like water. It's phenomenal for a Cape Cod. I also have a 12-year-old bourbon. It's basically a very, very young Pappy Van Winkle, not aged. It's limited to this one store because the distillery has a deal specifically.
You want to know what my response was after all that? You got any Heineken? You got some Guinness?
Like, you got any Red Stripe or Heineken? And I'm like,
I see. But this is the thing. I grew up with Jamaicans, so it was Zone, it was Backwoods, it was Heineken, or it was Guinness, or it was Red Stripe. That's all I grew up on.
So I'm just
You know what I'm
like,
saying? My best memories is I had this dealer named Dre. Me and him were really cool, right?
just throwing out the man's name out in the fucking Jesus
Well, that was
Christ.
his code name. Well, his name is
Don't say his name.
No, his name has nothing to actually do with Dre. He just liked the name.
His
Dre.
real name was Andres Fernandez. He lived out on Sunrise.
No, actually,
Boulevard.
he was just a he was just a humongous.
Number.
No, he was just a humongous fan of Dr. Dre. He's like just-
954.
I'm Dre. But me and him ended up becoming super cool to the point where like we became friends. And me, Germs, and Dwayne would go there like.
You mean Dwayne, Germs, and yourself?
Yeah, sorry. We would go there around like 10 or 11 when he gets off work. He was a mechanic, and we would play dominoes like until like fucking 2 a.m. in the morning. Just
And you say I'm
Heineken, just some weed, and we're just playing. You're just playing dominoes, bro. Just having fun.
That's such old man Caribbean fucking behavior.
Well, that's what he was, bro. He was like he had just came from Jamaica, maybe 6-7 years. Germs is Jamaican. Germs is more Jamaican based because he grew up in Jamaica longer. Dwayne lives. He's never lived in Jamaica, but he's
Jamaican.
Yeah, Dwayne is Jamaican. His his mom and his mom is like traditional.
My mother.
A traditional Jamaican. You know what I mean?
Mi fara.
So we would go there. We play dominoes. I learned from him how to become a killer at dominoes, to the point where I know what the fuck you're gonna drop before you drop it, just based on the cards.
Cheetah.
Well, see,
It's
I
not
know.
cheating.
We have a cheetah.
It's called reading the game.
We have a cheetah in the mist.
I hate when people say
Oh,
that.
speaking of cheetahs, did y'all see that news report about those lions eating those 2 poachers?
What? No, I didn't see it. We'll talk about that next.
2 poachers got fucking mauled.
Actually, we'll actually end with that. Let me finish this one though. So we would always play, and he was the only one that taught me how to play
Will you let me be?
dominoes. But that was really the only time I had really good weed, bro. Like, other than when I met up with Serve, because that's when I introduced me to Johnny, and I got super good weed from Johnny. Still getting super
We're
good
just
weed. from
dropping names all over the place. What is wrong with you, bro?
We're good, bro.
What the-
We only got 10 people listening to us
Jesus Christ.
for now. Anyways,
But anyhow,
so wait, what so okay, let's
apparently
go back to the
Ello was working for the feds. Apparently, I'm gonna have to check if he's wired. I mean, then again, we are speaking into mic, so maybe I'm just part of the plot and I don't even know it. Because Ello Soul, if that's his real name,
Wow. Okay, J Surf.
you
What
know,
were you last
Wilmo
night?
Chikorita.
What? Chikorita?
Chikorito.
His fucking head.
What the?
Chikorita.
I ain't no burrito in Taco Bell, motherfucker.
Yo, head ass.
Yo, ass.
Get him. Really, it's very easy to get him. It's
the easiest target.
it's
He's as big as the moon.
okay. It's not a moving target for one.
Wow. He's just sticking it in there. Sticking it in the ass.
But speaking of targets, yeah. So these targets were moving like a motherfucker because these lions caught these bitches and
So
killed them.
When did this happen? Today? Yesterday?
No, it happened today. Amidst the head of the EPA quitting, you also had their news reports of these lions mauling these 2 poachers.
Where was
that
this?
were trying to Somalia, I want to say. They were trying to get these harvest rhino babies
And the lions.
in in a preservation.
And the lions just came and just
And
fucking
fucking
just
killed
took
them. Oh,
Yeah, that's what happens.
sometimes
That's what
Mother
happens when you
Nature
fuck
just
with
gets
Mother
it
Nature,
right.
bro.
See, here's the thing: people say whatever the fuck you want about these PETA motherfuckers and shit like that, these tree huggers and whatever. Like, it's almost a little egotistical of them to think that the planet needs them to help save
Natural
it,
selection.
to help save them, to help save it, because
think-
the planet was here long before us, and it'll be here long after us.
Okay, but we just gotta stop destroying the environment. I'm cool
Oh,
with
I
that.
get that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that
Stop
these
being
people think that
jackasses.
I'm all for the cause. But the fact that they think that
I was watching a video where they're talking. This guy, I watched him basically for educational purposes. Of He's very good at of showing you how small you are literally in this world. He does videos of like how deep the sea is and compares you like to like sea whale and what's underneath the Black Sea. Like there's different layers of the sea, and then he does videos
African American Sea.
Racist.
You racist motherfucker.
That's racist.
Racist against the water.
But he recently did one where his a lot of the theories of what's going to happen.
A lot of the what?
The theories of what's going to happen, or sorry, not theories. The events that will happen by the year 2055. So like he put all the big events, World Cups, Olympics, where they'll be held and everything, and all the like major like shit. So by 2055.
South Florida will be underwater.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that he predicted. But it's just like a fact at this point.
Yeah, like there's no stopping.
Like, there's no stopping it.
At the rate that we're going, yeah.
By 20, well, at
That's crazy.
At 2055, we wouldn't be under yet.
Could you imagine having to talk about like in the history books? They'll talk about the lost the mythical lost city of Miami. Yeah, they'll talk about that shit like Atlantis. Yeah, could you imagine?
Gone.
The long lost city of
Hialeah. There used to
Hialeah.
be cocaine cowboys raging through Miami under the sea.
Like,
Go hug a tree.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
yeah,
But no, he was showing how fucking NASA and SpaceX. By that time, we would have already sent.
it's funny how you said that because you're like, it shows how fucking, and like you took a pause for a second. I'm like, they show you about fucking.
But no, they said that we would have already sent the first people to Mars and try to colonize it.
Well,
By this time-
SpaceX wants to have already wants to have bodies on Mars by 2021.
Well, by 2021, 22, they're actually sending, as recently, they're going to be sending the probe that's going to get there so they can analyze, and it will be supplies also sent there because when they send the people, that supplies will already be there for them to start, doing what they have to do.
I like how you were 2 hours into this episode, and 15 minutes into the episode, we told you to go get a candle. You're like, I'm going to go get it in a little bit. 2 hours.
My bad.
2 hours.
But he said, the one thing I wanted to talk about, what Wilmo said with nature, they say by that time, most of us are going to be in cities. Like, there's just not going to be anything left.
But
like, there would no longer be it's out there in the forest, or people who live out in the country, because there won't be like a country anymore. The countryside, everything is going to be mass buildings.
well, yeah, we're not going to be able to build out anymore. We're going to have to build up, which is what the Japanese have figured out. The Chinese, they've built up. So now,
They're killing it.
basically, like, I think it's going to look like fucking, it's going to be like Judge Dredd City type shit, like mega cities. Where, like, Boston, New York, Virginia.
Could you put the air down a little bit? Put the air up, sorry.
No.
Please.
No.
Just a little bit.
No.
What?
No.
What?
Okay.
Thank you.
No.
What were you saying?
But yeah, like, I think it's going to be like mega cities.
Yeah, probably.
Like the size of 3 states type shit.
I can see that.
Like, like mega New York.
New York is just going to have, like, way taller buildings. You're going to have, like, it's going to be, what is it on now? 73. It's just going to be, like 30-foot buildings.
30-foot
I'm
buildings?
sorry, no, they have 34 buildings, don't they?
They have 130 floor
So
buildings.
there would be, like, what, 1,000?
You
Fucking
dummy.
buildings that reach in the sun. I don't know.
It's crazy.
I totally agree with you. I totally feel like it's gonna be mega buildings, that or like buildings going also down.
Oh, like down into
Well,
into the
they're
ground.
they're trying to do that railroad railroad.
The
Raggy.
Raggy.
They're doing that shit over in California. The one that's, I don't know how that's gonna work. It's underneath.
The bullet.
What if
No.
it's an
That's not
earthquake,
just for
dog?
California, bro. No. That's not just for California.
Well, I'm talking about
That's for the
specifically
entire
one that
United
they're-
States.
No, I'm talking about specifically the one that they're doing. SpaceX is doing for
Right.
California.
Well, he's starting off with California,
there's
but
a-
his
they're
plan
doing
is
one
to
for-
do it for the entire United.
Right.
He wants to basically eliminate air travel.
Huh?
He wants to eliminate air travel.
Eliminate air travel.
Yes. How do you do that? How do you provide cheap and fast transportation at a reasonable cost? To the consumer.
I mean, Japan does it now.
Right? They have a bullet train that I think it's like Osaka to Tokyo in like 2 hours when it's supposed to be like an 8-hour drive or something like that. Elon Musk wants to do that on a grand scale. He wants to make that the form of transportation through tunnels underground all across the country. The thing is, these tunnels would be susceptible. They wouldn't be susceptible to earthquakes or anything like that because these tunnels would literally be built 5 to 10 miles underground.
That's fucking creepy.
Literally basically like an entire city's grid.
Literally
An entire country highway system grid would have to be planned out.
Like an ant grid.
Right.
Would there be able to be windows on the train? Because I feel I'd be freaked out if there is.
I'm sure there are.
Just seeing that shit, you're
sure there
you're
will be.
underneath, bro. Who are you? I'm gonna feel so claustrophobic.
What's gonna happen? A rock's gonna hit you.
Yeah,
You're gonna see a bug.
yeah. Who knows what the fuck we'll find down there?
You're gonna see a bug. That was great. You're gonna see a bug,
You're gonna shit your pants,
you pussy,
bitch.
bitch boy.
Are you a little bitch boy?
Oh,
bitch
I'm starting to see the bitch in you, bro.
What is that pussy coming out of you?
That 23andMe say you were part bitch too.
Are you gonna cry
Yeah.
underneath the rubble?
Yeah. So you're 0.3% French, 0.7% Peruvian, and 0.99998% bitch.
Your ancestors? Pussies.
Killed. It's destroyed now, guys.
So
Beat it with a hammer.
yeah, like the windows in the tunnel. That's gonna make the difference.
If there's windows, I'm not getting on there, bro.
Fucking dipshit.
You know there will be people like that, though. There's gonna be people like that.
I gotta see the dark outside. Yeah, you represent all those
I need to see the
weak-minded
light.
fucks. You represent all those weak-minded fucks. I need a window or else I can't travel.
You know
I
the
need
funny thing
I
is,
need to
though?
have my service ferret right here,
My service fair.
right here in front of me.
Wait,
I need
wasn't
my
that
I need
that
my
was a
service
thing, wasn't
pig.
it? Somebody came with to the
I need
airplane
a service
with it?
pig.
Oh no, it was that lady that came with her fucking peacock. That was her service animal. They're like, you can't bring that on the flight. Like, this is my service animal. It's like, ma'am, that thing's for dogs, maybe cats, not a peacock.
People abuse that shit so much, bro. I hate that shit. It's a service animal where it's supposed to be wearing a vest or a collar designating that it's a service animal. Otherwise, I can't have it here.
I see some videos.
Well, I don't
of
have
that
it on
shit.
it. Well, you're supposed to if it's a service animal.
Right. I've seen videos on that shit of some people are really territorial. Well, it makes sense. Like, if you tell me, I saw one video where the lady got upset at some people for trying to like say hi to the dog. It's like, oh, you're distracting him. So I get that sense because the dog
Right.
has to
It's
be alert for that person.
I understand that it's a dog to you, but this is it's on duty right now. Like it's working right now.
It's working. You can't just because then it gets out of its frame of mind.
Exactly.
Like whenever it's and I think maybe it's just not a knowledgeable thing as of yet, but it's like whenever you see somebody with a service dog, you don't engage the dog because the dog
yeah.
the dog you can engage the person.
I never.
But
Fucking...
don't engage the dog because the dog is.
But then I also like, as much shit as I give those people, I also don't like it when people give them shit for having them either. Like, I don't like it when people like bring their dog either in their little fucking carry-on thing, and they're not responsible for the dog. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I hate when people just willfully neglect their pets. On top of the fact that you have to bring them on the fucking plane with you for whatever reason. Fine.
I don't even trust
but at
that
least,
shit.
but at least be there for the fucking thing.
I will never in my life take my animal on any plane.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Not
The same
even
way I
if it
feel
was a
about
service
pets is
dog.
the same way I feel about children on the plane as
Right.
well.
I've heard too many horror stories about your pets dying on planes, man.
It's
They
first
just-
of all,
they just mistreat them.
it's 3 isolated incidents. 2 of them just happen to be with United. It's not a string.
When I looked into it, it's not a string, but it's just like when you hear it, you're like, I don't
Shit has happened.
want to take the chance.
Shit has happened.
I don't want to. I'd rather if I'm gonna really bring my dog, fuck it, I'm just gonna rent a car and just fucking drive with them.
You know, and now, and because the airlines don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Airlines barely give a fuck about you.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't gotta give 2 shits about your animal.
But it doesn't matter. Elon is gonna fucking take care of all that shit because he's.
I don't know how that's gonna work though. You know the fucking airline's gonna fight like a motherfucker and regulate that shit.
Something's gonna try to happen. But we're getting
gonna try
that
and
bullet
ban it.
train here in Florida. They're starting construction on that. Orlando to Miami, 26 minutes.
20,
Can you imagine that shit?
30 minutes top.
Like, people can now literally commute to Orlando for work.
Well, I heard that they hit a snag though because that same company. Have you heard that they got into an accident when they showcased their new one to I forgot I think it was Seattle, where it was the same company that's doing it for here in Orlando and Florida. They debuted it there and it just flew off the fucking rails. It went too fast. Like 20 people died. Bunch of people got injured.
That's not bad.
You know, I mean, 20
Typical day in
for,
America.
I mean, 20 to save billions. I'll take it. I'm willing to roll those dice. It's good odds.
I don't know. We say we scrap it. Scrap it all.
You know, he sees
just-
20, and I'm like, listen, you gotta, you want to
I
make an
just,
omelet, you gotta break a few eggs. You know what I'm
But this
saying?
is the thing. If you do it in California, the train underneath, I get that it's susceptible to.
It wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be susceptible to earthquakes. What if you get those fucking natural disaster shits?
Like an earthquake?
Like no, I mean like earthquakes on the size of like
The big one, you mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like at that point, it's like it throws the rule book out. You know what I mean?
Well,
Who knows
statistically
what happens?
speaking, by the end of the century, California is supposed to break off from the United States. You know, by like 2044, if these scientists are correct, there's supposed to be like a meteor storm that can actually that will have some sort of impact on the Earth to some degree.
That would be dope.
You know, but that's like 2144, I want to say. You know, so I'll be long gone by then. You know,
2140. Yeah, we'll be out.
You're gonna be around, bro.
We'll probably
yeah, right. By medical
We'll probably
science,
be reincarnated.
medical science will just let me clone a young body, a young version of myself.
Just Rick and Morty up in this bitch.
Yeah,
Pinky promise, guys.
yeah. Tiny Ray, Tiny Chico.
Tiny Chico. Pickle Rick. Pickle Soul. Pickles.
That'd be the only way he'd be skinny.
I'd still be a fat
He'd be a fat
I'd
pickle.
be a fat dill pickle.
He'd be a fat
Be
pickle.
that chunky ass one.
Yeah. He'll be that weird pickle that's like weirdly shaped. Yeah.
Dorothy for no reason.
Just on the bottom, he's pear shaped, even though he's a pickle.
What if Serve is like that one tiny pickle out of the? You know, you get that smaller pickle out of the whole.
I'm a junior pickle.
He's a junior pickle.
I'm a junior pickle.
Pickle Junior.
Pickle Junior.
On Nick at Night. Nick Jr.
This fall,
on Nick Jr.
Pickle Junior.
Starring
Pickle Junior.
as Jason.
As Pickle Junior. Voiced by J Serve. Voiced by J Serve, and it's just a picture. Like I just pop on the screen. In my most non-threatening hip hop pose.
Every pose Serve does is not threatening.
With a big old smile.
I've seen
on my
pictures
face.
of Serve where he tries to like do this like cool like be like, what's up? And you just be like,
I feel so awkward doing those. I don't know how to do those.
yeah, I don't either.
I have no idea what to do.
I try to be goofy. That's my thing. I do the goofy shit. That's why I let you do it, because then I do the goofy shit and it balances out.
I'm like,
I saw Serve do this one time. He's like I forgot what he did with his pinky. No, it wasn't that. It was something else. It was you were wearing a Dolphins jersey, and we were doing a photo shoot with Bro Life, and you did something with your pinky when you were next to me, and I was just like,
yeah.
I forgot what. It wasn't that.
For that great shot, bro.
Well, something else. Like you were trying to be like if like you had a cigar or something, but your pinky was so like out for whatever reason. It's like I don't know if you meant to do that. What they snapped the picture was like the perfect thing.
So gross.
When what do you call it? Like literally when I've been taking pictures, I've been in the middle of photo shoots, and they're like, "All right, sir, so yeah, just give me some poses and we'll take pictures." In my head, I'm literally going like,
Vogue.
no, Vogue, oh, let your body move to the music. Yeah, exactly. I have Madonna playing in the background the entire time.
Oh
do.
No, I know
Strike
what
a
they're talking
pose.
about. It's hilarious.
like,
I see
literally-
him do the. It's like his brain's like, what do I do? All right.
In my head,
right,
it's
let me do
this is what's going on in my head.
Tilt the hat.
In my head, it's literally like, oh, I think I saw the Clips do this one time.
I
Legit,
saw the-
real shit. Like I think I saw Pusha T do this one time on a XXL spread.
I think
You
DMX
know,
was flexing
or
like
like,
this.
oh,
Do
I'm
this.
like, oh, legit. I'm literally going like, oh, I remember Lil Wayne one time, did this thing where he like posted up on the wall, like legit. Like I'm just trying to copy that shit. Like that's my idea of like looking cool. It's like other shit I've seen before. I feel silly, every time.
You shouldn't.
I go to like still like introduce myself to people, and it's just like, hey, nice to meet you, I'm J Serve. It's almost like saying, hi, nice to meet you, I'm Batman. Some people may know me as Bruce Wayne, but I'm Batman.
Unless there's like an actual rapper out there that goes by Batman.
Right.
Coming to the stage, Batman.
Batman. Oh no, that's a different thing.
They call me Batman. I kill the rats, man.
And that, sir, was whack, man.
Yeah.
Flatline, man.
Oh Lord. Killed it. Killed that shit, son.
Another failure by the fat man.
As always, people, we love to see your comments and all your and we love seeing the notifications. You guys, everybody that has been liking the Facebook like page there, thank you very, very much. We've also seen the activity on the IG and everything. So thank you everybody that's taking the time out to listen to us. I know we've been a little crazy with the schedule now, but we're back in business and we're back rolling it out, giving y'all that good for y'all every week. So yeah, just keep out on the lookout for that. Thank you very, very much.
I like how we were in the middle of something. He just starts wrapping it up like a asshole.
Yeah. So as always, unfortunately, it holds true, but all good things must come to an end now.
If you believe.
You can always follow us at Parental Advisory Cast on Instagram and Facebook, Parental Podcast on Twitter, and PA Podcast on Snapchat. My new single "Why" is out live right now on SoundCloud and BroLife.net. Nice little something holdover while me and my partner in rhyme over here work on some stuff for y'all. So just be on the lookout for that Servant Soul. So that's coming out soon. You can always find me at jserve954 on all social media, jservetv on YouTube, and brolife.net for all the music, as well as all your major streaming platforms, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, all that shit. Ello?
You can find me at LSO463 for all my social media, and LSOYT for my YouTube, and LSO if you're looking for me on Twitch. Wilmo?
You can find me on Snapchat and Instagram, Wilmo_Chiquito. Holla at me, guys. Show me some love. Show everyone some love here.
So yeah, man. Thank you very much, guys, and we will talk to y'all next week. Peace.